stay. Singing to your bitch like I was Drake, yeah.
Don't just try to tell me you love me. Can't keep it real if you really don't trust me. Come with a real, you here up in the front, so you get my meals. I'm gunning for the money in the bank. Come with a dank, scrolling a tank, rolling with the gang. You sick and I on the sideline tripping. I go to the hole with the rock like Pippin.
Yeah. I'm okay.
What up, though? Welcome back to the World of Heavyweights Live, Woodwardsports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spin Mo Rex.
Hello.
We got young Chris in the TD booth, JB Smoothie 1 to 2s. And we brought back the ugly duck. I'm just kidding. We brought back Lucas. Shout out. I feel like it's only right because before. Can you turn this down a little bit, JB? Or is that just my headphones?
Not that
These
low.
headphones might bust a little bit. I don't know.
There's no snare in my headphones.
There's no snare in my. Yeah. Anyway,
Can the headphones go louder?
I want to bring Lucas on.
Louder.
Because one of the biggest national stories right now is people are deriding Joe Burrow, deservingly so. But Lucas, you were first to the party.
Been saying it, man. I mean, Joe Burrow's the guy. I think there's not much that he can't do at the quarterback position. And like we said, when you have those weapons around him, I understand he has more than Josh Allen, but I don't think Joe Burrow necessarily needs a running game. I think he could have won that game through the air, strictly on the air. Josh Allen, obviously, he couldn't. So I think Joe Burrow and Patrick Mahomes, I think you can take Brady and Aaron Rodgers out of that conversation now, but they're the only two quarterbacks in the league that can do it all.
Yeah, I mean, I did have Joe Burrow at number 2 in my quarterback rankings when we did them.
You did, actually, yeah.
Yeah, so.
How long ago was that?
A while ago.
Yeah, because I want to give. Yeah, you're right. You did do that as well.
Yeah.
He was. Well, we had the group text going.
Yeah.
The two of you guys. You're trolling about the Patrick Mahomes those stuff though, right? Come on,
Dude,
guys.
he might.
I mean, dude, this.
Come on,
Who?
guys.
Okay, so this is the conversation I had to have with myself. Everyone
self.
considers
You looking
Mahomes
good today.
number 1, correct?
Yes.
I think.
Yeah.
But who has Mahomes not been able to beat?
Joe Burrow.
So it's just so now Burrow. Let's say if Burrow wins a Super Bowl this year, I think it'd be fair to say without a doubt he's got a Super Bowl ring. Patrick Mahomes has not beat him. Who's better than him? I just want to say it before it happens because I think he's going to get a Super Bowl either this year or next. It's going to happen sooner rather than later.
Yeah, I mean that was the only reason why I went against him this weekend because you remember 2 weeks ago like when we said like where our Super Bowl matchups. I think we're all still like alive for that. By the way, outside of JB, you took the Bills. Fool! Okay.
My poor Bills.
You fool! You foolish fool!
No, I mean I took the Bills last week too, but my pick was the Eagles and the Bengals. But the reason why I dropped out of the Bengals situation with it was the offensive line.
Yeah.
I thought that was going to affect him a little bit more, but no, Joey B's cold with it.
Mine was Bengals and 49ers.
Yeah. It's tough though because I do like to give coaches like a lot more respect than I feel like a lot of people do. Like a lot of people just automatically like a derided quarterback is having a good season. This is the only name that comes to mind right now, and I apologize for bringing it up to like the people listening. It's too early in the show to bring it up, but Jared Goff, right? In LA, people would just deride him like real good, like real nice. But like again, like you subtract a certain coach from that scenario. I mean, maybe to a certain extent, this one's even worse. Tom Brady this year though, without
Bruce Arians.
a different story, right? Like I just feel like coaches have to do a lot of that. I think
He's also, got divorced. He had a lot going on this season.
We'll see. I mean,
And
Byron
he's old
Leftwich got
as shit.
fired. Maybe some of it has to do with him. I don't know. But with Joe B, if I'm comparing him against like Patrick Mahomes, it's a little bit for me is like I want some longevity with it. I've seen Patrick Mahomes now with and without a Tyreek Hill. Joe B's got weapons.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to face that Bengals team. You're not man defensing that Bengals team.
No, they have the best wide receiver trio in the NFL by far.
Hands down. Like every last three of those guys could
Joe Mixon's
carve you
no
up.
scrub either.
Yeah, and Joe Mixon's no scrub either. So I want to give Zach Taylor some due credit, but Joe B's still the man. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, people want to talk about moxie, and people are like, oh, Baker's got moxie. Or no, Joe Burrow's got moxie. He's the swaggiest dude, calm in every scenario. You actually posted it on your Instagram. I just seen it. He's warming up in the game of snow, just like
that video,
doing a little spin, turn around, and not even like looking like. No, Joe B's definitely got it, but I'm pumping the brakes before I ever put him above Mahomes. I could put him in the same tier. I have no issue with that. I just can't put him above.
If he wins the AFC Championship, he is. He'll be 4-0 versus Mahomes.
I mean, that'll be the narrative. That'll be the narrative. But you know me, I go against it. What are you gonna say?
No, that's what I was gonna say. If he does it, and I think we forget Joe Burrow like tore an ACL his first season.
Yeah.
Like this man tore an ACL and he's still doing this. Most of the time, that takes quarterbacks' mobility and just confidence away. And if that doesn't tell you enough, like it was rookie year especially, then he balls out, goes to the Super Bowl.
Joe B's a man.
He's a dog. It's fun to watch too.
How you feel about that Josh Allen the Russell Westbrook comp after this weekend.
That's something. It's something. We still need to see it done out of Josh Allen. I mean, he's got all the tools. He's got the size. He's got the arm. He's got the legs. But
yeah.
You know, we need to see him step up. We need to see him make something happen. Make sure he can do it on the biggest stage and actually win when it matters, because he hasn't done that yet. So we'll need to see it out of him. He's still the third best quarterback in the league. So
yeah, but
he ain't Joe Burrow. He ain't Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah,
might not even be Trevor Lawrence after next year. If you're looking at Lucas,
that's fair too. I mean, it's only going to get worse for this guys too, because these headphones are driving me insane. It's the headphones, not. Sorry.
Can it?
The elbow though, I almost like kind of want to like just look deeper into it, because I know he had the only 6 interceptions before the injury up into that Jets game, and then everything else was like. Actually, it was really bad directly after the elbow injury. But he had another 4 touchdown performance. But he's looked good though. So at the same time, I don't want to blame it on the elbow. Like he's looked, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. What?
Ryan left.
What was he got?
Telling King Horse about the memberships in the Woodward Sports Chat. He said it's $1.99 a month. Get your money up. Hey, you can join
chat comment of the day.
The Woodward Sports membership program. You get exclusive emoji usage. You get a little flair, and so I guess they're doing member-only chat for some things. I don't know. We're not going to do that on the heavyweights. You're going to have free reign to talk.
You know what? I'm glad you brought that up. I don't got a damn emoji.
Yeah.
What?
Adam has 2.
Adam's got 2.
Of course Adam's got 2. We knew Adam's going to have 2. By tomorrow, Adam probably have 4 of them. I got 0.
The morning show gets 2 clips every weekend. We don't even get 1.
Yeah. Jeff's out. I know Jeff don't have emoji either, so makes me feel a little bit better.
Yeah, it's just you and Jeff are the only talent
Fish
without
have one?
emojis. No, neither does
Fish needs an
Flannel.
emoji. Neither does Flannel Sam.
They got to get a Legend Killer one in there,
bro. Listen,
I guess they have a lot waiting to get
processed.
Yeah, processed.
Come on, I mean it's a beef. It's a little rivalry. How does Neil get his before me, man?
Yeah.
Huh? How's that happen?
I don't know, man. Why are you asking me? I didn't make them.
You're right. I'm just talking out loud. I'm speaking my truth.
Yeah. I can't even use them. I'm too broke.
Yeah.
I can't even use my own. I should get paid per emoji. Give me half a cent.
Royalties.
It's facts.
Every time somebody uses my face.
Troll Poppy, easy. It's the R word. I'm not going to say it. I'm just messing around. Yes, man. I've got 2. I don't got a damn one. I got more followers than Neil Rule. What is going on?
Yeah.
Give me some damn respect in this beat. Now they're about to pick the ugliest emoji for me.
Oh, for sure.
The greatest clapback to that, when I was asking about it though earlier, I was in the Ermanni Edwards and Maz chat, said my head's too big. And I was like, that's fair.
My head's way bigger than yours.
Like an ego thing. I get the perception. I think everybody's got a big head here. I say you're pretty good.
I probably have the biggest head here.
You think so? Ego-wise?
Oh no, I mean actual. The size of my actual head-wise.
Height and width of head.
Who's got the biggest head ego-wise?
Adam.
Yeah, probably Adam for sure. Neil close second.
Yeah, probably.
I would almost want to put B in there, but it's not, because he earned his though. You know what I'm saying? Like he was the man.
Yeah.
So that one's yeah, probably those 2.
Yeah.
Who's 3?
You.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm giving Chris 3. Mister, I got an elevator pitch for Elon Musk.
Yeah. Hey.
What is it, Chris?
I'm the best.
I'm the best.
Yeah. At what?
Everything.
Yeah. I'm just the best.
Yeah, I'm just the best. That's
Tesla's up 5% today, by the way.
You're welcome.
Oh, because Elon Musk. I'm like, where the hell did that come from?
Yeah.
But we got a jam-packed show for you guys. One I'm excited to get into, because I want to look at the contenders for the Super Bowl now. At this point, you look at the 4 teams looking to win a Super Bowl. I want to know how close, what makes them contenders, and how close are the Lions to becoming that. I also want to look at part of that, because one of the reasons I'm gonna say that actually we'll save that one. But I saw some stuff over the weekend too. This one I'm not sure if it's still trending. I saw it on Saturday, and I felt the type of way a little bit about it. But Trey Lance rumors. I guess the 49ers in a scenario where they choose between Brock Purdy, Jimmy G, and Trey Lance. Trey Lance, the third guy out. Speculative stuff. I think it's kind of BS. I mean, they gave up a lot to acquire him. I don't think that they're ready to kick him out the door just quite yet, especially on a rookie deal. Speaking of drafting a Trey Lance, we know the situation with Jimmy G. This is actually a point that Neil didn't make this point, but this is an argument against it.
Yeah.
Because Neil says, if you have a championship window, he says the Lions are within the championship window. Don't waste a pick on a quarterback.
Yeah.
San Francisco 49ers been to the NFC Championship 3 years in a row. They did that in the quarterback. It's about your coaching and your build, whatever from there. But we're kind of weighing the prospect of drafting a quarterback and how that's worked out in older scenarios. But in older scenarios, the quarterbacks were older. So I don't know if the Lions are quite going that way. And then it's the heavyweights. All right, we're jumping into the draft talk a little bit earlier. But we got to start with the heavies. All right, we're going to power rank our top 5 defensive tackles in this draft class because it's also a position of need for the Detroit Lions. Spinney's got his list. Lucas has got his list. And I'm going to have maybe I'll see if Russ calling today or maybe later this week to grade him. See whose list he's rocking with the most. And then Dylan Larkin, some drama going on with him. Eyeing $9 million a year you put in the prep. You want to sell that, tease that. I don't want to
they said they're far away from a deal. Talking about they're on different sides of it. Larkin's looking for $9 million. The Red Wings would like him most at $8 million. So it's probably gonna end up in between there, probably 8.5, somewhere around there. I'm sure they'll get a deal done soon. But yeah, it's not looking like Larkin's gonna take that hometown discount.
Also, George Bush doesn't care about black people. No, I'm just kidding. That was in the prep. We just never took it out. So it's still there. Pistons trade deadline. Chris, are you up on that? Is there anything juicy going on?
Well, the Lakers made a trade, and so people are wondering how does that affect the Bojan market? Because Bojan's obviously the Pistons' biggest trade piece coming in the deadline. And should the Pistons trade Bojan? Should they not? There's some discussion there. We'll see where we're at.
I feel like Al Burks is one of those too.
Yeah.
Noel. Obviously, I think that's why he wasn't seeing a lot of PT to begin with.
Yeah.
But they were thinking about trading him, but obviously nothing's shooken since then. Also, the state of Michigan, all 4 pro teams are the teams we care about. I'm talking about Tigers, Pistons, Lions, Wings. They've been out of it. They've been asked for quite a bit. We haven't seen a chip. I think the closest thing to it. And again, these are teams we care about.
2006.
2006.
Well, that was the last championship.
Red Wings? Yeah. It's been a minute. The DCFC, shout out to them. They kill it too. But I'm talking about the major brands, right? Fair State, shout out to them as well. So again, stuff we care about.
Wayne State swimming.
A championship has come back to the state of Michigan.
Yes.
It is the realm of MMA, UFC, Grand Rapids Zone. My guy Jamal Hill is now the light heavyweight champion of the world.
The world.
That's insane.
And he beat the shit out of Glover.
He did beat
for
the shit out of Glover.
25 minutes.
Beat the bricks off that man.
Dude was gashed up, had two of the nastiest cuts I've seen in a while on top of his eyes. Jamal kick. He had this combo. He hit him with 3 head kicks in a row, and then 3 uppercuts in a row. I was like, bro's out there spamming. That shit was working. Dog.
He was though,
I got so happy, man. I was so happy watching that.
He rocked him with that head kick too.
In that last 2 minutes, I was like, all right, Jamal. I was like, just don't
get taken down.
Don't get taken down.
Yeah.
Keep the chin tucked. Keep the hips back. Just don't do anything crazy. You got this. And he ended up winning. I was hyped. I was real hyped.
That was hype, man. I'm not gonna lie. I was pretty wasted for that one.
Yeah.
And I texted you after that happened, and I've had Jamal on the show twice. I met him in person twice. Once while he was with the Lights Out promotion. Shout out to Matt Friendo. We got to get Jamal on the show.
Yes.
But I got his number. Acquaintance, right? I could text him when he wins before championship. Now, this is wild. So I kind of hyped, knowing him at the bar that we were watching it and getting wasted. I had a date that night too, and they gave me posters to get signed and all this other stuff. And I was like, I got you guys. I'm like,
never going back to that bar again.
He also stays 3 hours away. I can't even get him on my digital show. But we're definitely aim to get Jamal on soon. But
we can talk about that.
Shannon Sharp versus Memphis Grizzlies.
I want to talk about that a little bit. The whole card.
The whole card?
Yeah.
I'm down.
We had the death of a couple legends.
Yeah.
We had a legendary moment, a history-making moment in the UFC with the quadrilogy or whatever you want to call it.
That's true, too. Tell us about Lady Jane's.
Figgy moving up. There's a lot to talk about. I will tell you about Lady Jane's because you can come into Lady Jane's for an award-winning haircut experience and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win a down payment on your dream home up to $200,000. Lady Jane's open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime, no appointment necessary because at Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
The Sports Marketing Agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zuniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
Matrix is your go-to for home projects. Looking for a new man cave? They are the basement remodel experts. Matrix matters. They also specialize in bathrooms and kitchens. An A+ rating by the Better Business Bureau. Call 888-594-8844 or go to matrixhomesolutions.com.
What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spin Morax.
Hello.
Got some new headset going on here. Let's see. Let's try this thing. Say something.
Something.
Say it again.
Again. It again.
It was better. The other one was bad at just going like in and out. It was weird.
I like in and out.
In and out is good. Shout out to, there's lots of in and outs that are good. But anyway, I wanted to break down the makeup of the Super Bowl contenders this year between the Eagles, the 49ers, Cincinnati Bengals, Chiefs. Like, is there, like, what type of similarities they have? Obviously, all teams are different, right? So it's going to be like different style points. But, like, what is it that got them to the dance? And then I wanted to look at the Detroit Lions in comparison and see how close they are to either one of those four.
Yeah.
And I guess I'll start with you, Spinny. Like,
who you want me to start with?
Whoever you want to start with.
All right, I'm going to start with NFC
Who do you think's
contenders.
going to win? That's who you start with, yeah. Who's your Super Bowl favorite?
My Super Bowl favorite is the Cincinnati Bengals.
Okay.
And it's Joe Burrow and the Joe Burrow-ites. They obviously have Joe Burrow. The guy's a monster. He's arguably the best quarterback in the league. They have the best tandem of receivers in the NFL.
Best quarterback in the league?
Arguably the best quarterback in the league,
okay.
yeah. They have the best tandem of receivers in the NFL out there with Boyd, Chase, and Higgins. Three-headed monster on the outside. They've got a great pass rush. You saw him getting home against Josh Allen all day in that game. They were lighting him up. It looked bad. And their offensive line needs some work, but they also got $48 million in free agent money to use this summer. So they're going to get some pieces, and they're going to be back. And you look at Joe Mixon, and we talked about after his 5-touchdown game, he only had 1 touchdown in I think the last 9 weeks of the season, but he shaked off the rust a little bit, and he looked good in that game. He was busting off some nice carries, but it's all about Joe Burrow and that three-headed monster they got on the outside. It's very impressive. It's weird how different the two leagues are. Like the AFC and NFC, both contenders in both leagues are built pretty similar, but when you look at them from separate leagues, they're completely different.
Yeah, conferences.
Everybody knows the Kansas City Chiefs are built off 3 things. That's Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and Andy Reid. And now they have an elite offensive line. Their offensive line is really good, and that's keeping Patrick Mahomes up.
Their defense deserves some respect, too, honestly.
It's solid.
Chris Jones and the boys.
Chris Jones, Frank Clark, they got some pieces. But you look at the other side, you look at the NFC. I'm going to start with the 49ers because that's who I think is going to win. Elite defense. They have the best they have the best player in football in Nick Bosa. They have the best linebacker in football in Fred Warner, who was covering CeeDee Lamb like a fucking blanket out there. Like, that shit was impressive. There were multiple occasions where he was running stride for stride with CeeDee Lamb down the middle of the field. I was like, Jesus Christ, I love Fred Warner. I'm probably going to buy a Fred Warner jersey. And then you look at the rest of their team, they have playmakers on offense. They've got George Kittle. They've got Deebo Samuel. They've got Brandon Ayuk. They've got Christian McCaffrey. Elijah Mitchell came in the second half of that game, was busting off some nice runs. It's very impressive. They have a great offensive line headed by the best offensive lineman in the NFL, in Trent Williams. And they just run smash-mouth football, play opportunistic football, get after the quarterback with their linebacking core. Like, you talked about linebackers not being that important. The 49ers are the best linebacking core in the NFL.
Yeah.
Obviously, it starts with Fred Warner. They got Greenlaw out there, too, who's a monster. And they got Al-Shire.
Zeke knows about him.
He's a dog as well. So, yeah, Zeke knows about him. So, when they did that play where Zeke lined up in center, Braylon texted the group chat. He's like, if I was Zeke, I'll fight Kellen Moore. I was laughing pretty hard about it. But the Eagles, you look at the Eagles, they're a similar kind of build as 49ers. Great defense, a lot of pass rush, a different level defense. They have a playmaker on every level. You look at their offensive line, it's one of the best in the nation. You look at their offensive playmakers, they got dudes all over the field. You look at Dallas Goedert, he's a solid tight end. Obviously, their wide receiver tandem with Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown is nothing to be trifled with. They've got a couple solid running backs, nobody too crazy. I like Kenneth Gainwell, though, and you look at Jalen Hurts, and they built the offense to play to the strength of their quarterback, which is running and gunning, getting the ball into the hands of his playmakers and taking deep shots down the field when they present themselves. So the NFC, both teams are built in very similar ways, and I can see the Lions building to that similar standard of what the 49ers are trying to do. Build an elite defense, have a rotation of guys on the defensive line that can get after the quarterback, and have playmakers on the outside on offense. Have playmakers on all levels of the offense, as well as a great offensive line. So I like where the Lions are headed. I think they're headed at a very similar trajectory as teams like Philadelphia and San Francisco. You look at how they're built and what the Lions are trying to build to, I think it's very similar. But on the other side of the AFC, they're just running gun, man. It's literally the Wild West for a reason.
Yeah.
They've got the big arm quarterbacks. They got the big play wide receivers, tight ends. Like Travis Kelce. Ryan Lance hates Travis Kelce for some reason.
Does he really?
Yeah, he was talking mad shit about him this morning.
Like jokingly
no,
or like?
Seriously. Like he was talking mad
What
shit
was it?
about
Hold
him.
on.
Ruined my morning.
He was saying he's overrated.
He was saying
How?
that Kyle Pitts and George Kittle are the best tight ends in football over Travis Kelce, and that Brock Wright could do what Travis Kelce does.
Yeah.
He's
Love
trolling
the
you
Brock.
guys.
No, he was being dead serious.
Ryan, I'll make
The
you a
Brock
name
Wright
plate
was
if you're still
probably a
here.
troll.
Yeah, I guess got to be a troll,
Brock
right?
Wright was probably a troll, but he was definitely talking. I mean, I think Kittle is a better overall tight end. He's a much better blocker. Kittle is a fantastic blocker.
Yeah.
But Kelce is the best receiving tight end in the NFL, period. He is always open.
Yeah.
Ever.
And always open. Like, if I was playing the Chiefs, I would give Travis Kelce the Calvin Johnson treatment.
Really?
Where I'm putting two guys head up on him on the line.
It's dangerous though to do that with the tight end because like
I don't care. I'm not
if it's a
scared
run
of
play,
Juju.
you're screwing yourself.
No, you put him right on the line. And you got an extra guy on the line.
Yeah.
I'm putting two guys on Travis Kelce at all times.
I mean, I'm not mad at that. Travis Kelce, he's got that. Him and Mahomes actually. No, because I'm pretty sure Chad Henne hit him for a couple.
Yeah.
And that little, by the way, too. First and foremost, actually, because you mentioned Kittle, I wanted to like congratulate him on that catch. Just that thing was insane. That was nuts. The concentration to find that ball, get a hold of it.
I heard somebody this morning talking shit about it.
And avoid the hit. Who?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Somebody on some radio station around town.
Yeah.
No names to be names, but something like Crocodile.
So what did they say about the catch though? Like,
he said it's not that impressive. He said it was an all right catch, but it wasn't great.
That was a great catch.
Yeah.
Because on top of all that going on, the wherewithal that somebody's headhunting you too, like.
Yeah, he
come down and avoid that.
He ducked off Trayvon
That's probably
Diggs.
the most impressive part, honestly, in my opinion. It was like him avoiding that, getting smacked right there.
Trayvon Diggs is about to light him up.
Yeah.
And he spun up. George Kittle's the man. I love George Kittle.
Travis Kelce is the man. Well, Kittle is the man too. But back to the lecture at hand. I apologize, guys. Look at us. Welcome to the Woodward ADD show.
Yeah.
Again, we're just trying to identify like a common thread between like these contenders and see how close Detroit Lions are to them. So you said the 49ers?
49ers, yeah, and the Philadelphia Eagles.
Okay.
That's what I can see the Lions building to a complete team centered by an elite defense with an elite offensive line and playmakers on the outside, but the quarterback isn't asked to do too much. The quarterback is asked to manage the game, get the ball in the hands of his playmakers, and make some things happen when they're open.
I like that. Lucas?
I mean, I pretty much agreed spot on with it. The only thing that, as a Lions fan, I'm concerned with is we're obviously in the NFC, so we're going to be trying to constantly beat the Niners and the Eagles in the postseason theoretically, if this is how we want the blueprint to go. And the one thing that the Niners and the Eagles both have that we don't is a mobile quarterback. And not even to the point where we need a quarterback who can go and run 80 yards and get us a touchdown, but a guy who is able to extend a play and even in the red zone, just roll out of the pocket, make a defensive end miss, and hit the tight end for a touchdown, which we have seen Purdy do even in his first season.
Yeah.
I've seen Purdy do things that Jared Goff can't do, and that's not any bash on Goff, but it's just we got to face the harsh reality that at some point we're in 2023 in the NFL. We need to have a quarterback that has some playmaking ability, and at some point we're going to be playing those top 1, top 2 defenses in Philly and in San Francisco, and they're going to get after Goff. And if we're going to have a good quarterback or a good defense, they're going to get after Jalen Hurts. They're going to get after Brock Purdy. So we have to match that with playmaking ability, and I don't think we're going to be able to do that with Goff.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great point. That's one that I forgot to make. I just made a note of it. I think you're spot on, though, with like continue to like. And maybe we should just do the NFC, right? Because that's like what the division, the conference, the Detroit Lions are in.
Yeah, the AFC is just totally different. They're built differently. They're built off of those big arm quarterbacks, those do-it-all quarterbacks. You look
elite
at
level
the
QB play.
The 3 guys who were legitimately in contention for the AFC were Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, and Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
So, and Trevor Lawrence was the 4th. So, like, you need a top QB that's the Wild West for a reason. Like, they sling the ball around out there.
Yeah, I think one of the things I know that I put down was, especially in the NFC, the offensive lines. I think even you go back to the AFC a little bit too. Outside of obviously what they got going on in Cincinnati, those guys are out cold. Shout out to Zach Taylor and them too. But KC's got a great offensive line. Philly obviously got a great offensive line. Then San Francisco got a pretty solid offensive line too. Mm-hmm. On top of that, sorry, I got gassy, so I'm gonna keep burping. But the defenses, and that's one part too. Like they can address this year. I'm talking about the Detroit Lions to get in comparison with that one, but that's I think the difference that they need. And then the last part. People are going to hate this one. You spoke of the mobile quarterbacks. That's true as well. But the contracts in these conference championship games, like it or not, they're on those 12% deals or under 12% deals.
Yeah, it's how the Bengals have been able to been good so far, and how they have $48 million in cap space with the team they already have is because Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase are on rookie deals.
And truthfully, the Bengals are sleeping on their potential because if they really wanted to, which – and they've been known to have like some shitty ownership in history. I assume that like, they're this close to a championship now. They're going to go all in at some point because how do you not? Especially when you have Joe Burrow on this rookie deal now. Yeah, shout out Fish. How do you not?
That should be an emoji.
But like 100%. Put the gas in the pedal with that guy. It's almost like the Luka Doncic situation. But Dallas waited too long to get somebody around him while he was like on a cheaper deal. But while Joe Burrow's on a rookie deal now, next year is the 4th year, then you have to get him on that 5th year, which usually they start negotiating around them anyway. Yeah. Get him every single piece he needs.
Yes.
Do what the Eagles are doing right now with Jalen Hurts. Get him everything. What are you waiting on? I don't get it. That's driving me crazy. But the deals, that's a commonality. The mobility, that's a commonality. That's one that I definitely miss. I was looking more so at defenses and stuff like that. But the deals, the mobility, that's just something the Detroit Lions don't have at the quarterback position. But elite level offensive coaching like Kyle Shanahan. I do believe we have that in Ben Johnson. Kyle Shanahan, by the way, that guy deserves some flowers. 3 NFC championships in a row. Not the championships, but to the game in itself. With Jimmy G, Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
Like, this dude.
Kyle Shanahan's a wizard, dude.
He is out cold. Seriously. Like, it doesn't matter who.
He's proven he can do it with anybody.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's what with the Trey Lance stuff that we're going to get to like a little bit later. Like, I never really understood that because, like, if you've seen him do this right now, with Brock Purdy and Jimmy G, and you have a guy that's athletically like more
gifted.
Yeah, has a higher skill set, a range of skills, and you think he's not going to do the same thing, if not more. That's insane to me. But for me, it's that quarterback position, and I'm hearing the music, which means we got to tell you guys about some ads. But
yeah,
I want to carry on the conversation. Maybe even you guys want to open the phone lines or what?
I'm down.
All right,
I'm down. I got to tell you guys about the butchery. Because the official meat supplier of the Woodward Sports Network is the Butchery. You can call them at 248-682-2697. Yes, 248-682-COWS. Or move on over and order online at thebutcherysl.com. Shipping included for Woodward Sports customers. The Butchery. Meats, eats, and treats. Sandwiches to die for. Wagyu meats and artisan breads inspired by the legend Chef Dave. Only the best of the best for our meat-loving customers. An old-school butcher shop from a new-school perspective.
Get a shot up. This is for the win. All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
Hi, I'm John from Better Rate Mortgage, and to me, family is more than blood. That's why I have the biggest family in Metro Detroit. If you're looking to buy a house or refinance and need a loan, come get treated better than family by me and our entire team here at Better Rate Mortgage. We pride ourselves on giving you better advice, better service, and a better loan experience. That's why we are Better Rate. If you're looking for a new mortgage, come get treated like family. Actually, better with Better Rate Mortgage. Visit us at mybetterrate.com or call at 248-480-4467 today.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Goff, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spin Mo Rex.
Hello.
We got young Chris in the TD booth, JB Smooth, the 1s to 2s. Lucas joined the show too. I gotta get some water, guys. I apologize, but we're kind of going through the 4 conference championship teams. More importantly, the NFC, because that's the conference the Detroit Lions lie in, and see what the commonalities between these guys as contenders and how close are the Lions to that. Now we kind of identified the 49ers as the team. How close are they to that, though?
I think they're pretty close. Honestly, I think they're solid on offense. Obviously, if you want to talk about the mobility of the quarterback or different things like that, you can do what you want. But they have the collection of playmakers on offense. They have the things that you need on offense. They have the offensive line, and the defense is getting there. They got their blue chip pass rush stock in Aiden Hutchinson. They got some diamonds in the rough in a James Houston and a Malcolm Rodriguez. That's what builds contenders. It's not hitting on your first pick. It's not hitting on your second pick. When you find guys like James Houston and Malcolm Rodriguez in the 6th round and they turn out to be some of the best players on your team, that is what builds contenders, is getting guys like that late, making them not start, but having them play, having them be efficient, having them be productive is how you win in the NFL, is those late round hits. So if they do another draft, I'm not even saying I can't say repeat this draft from last year because that's asking way too much out of Brad Holmes. But if they do a draft where they find another piece or two on that defense and maybe grab another weapon on offense and then go out and spend the money on a big-name guy or just somebody that can come in and shore up one side of that ball, I think they'll be right there, honestly. I think they're right outside of what we're looking at with San Francisco and with Philadelphia. They're missing the kind of bona fide stars that they have on that side of the ball when you look at the defense, but you've got a lot of guys on that side of the ball that are those bona fide stars in the making, that are those guys ready, waiting in the wings to take over. When you look at Aiden Hutchinson, a James Houston, a Malcolm Rodriguez, or Kirby Joseph, it is impressive to me that you found playmakers on all 3 levels of the defense that can go out there and perform, and you didn't have to pay anything to get them. You didn't have to waste anything to get them. You didn't have to trade for them or overpay for them to come here. You found them in the draft, and they're going to be here hopefully for a long time.
Yeah, I think the 49ers, the situation you'd say they're closest to, I think, but again, still quite a bit away. I mean, that 49ers defense is immaculate.
They have the 49ers are – the Lions are, they're like the baby 49ers. Like, they have pieces that look like they're going to be that. The 49ers have guys that are legitimately vet already.
Yeah.
Like I said, they had the best player in football in Nick Bosa. They had the best linebacker in football in Fred Warner. They had the best offensive lineman in football in Trent Williams. Yeah. They have a guy in Deebo Samuel who's an elite weapon. Safeties. They have one of the best running backs in the game in Christian McCaffrey, a top 2 tight end in the game in George Kittle. Great safety play, great cornerback play. The Lions are drafting pieces that can hopefully evolve into that, but the 49ers are the complete product.
Who do you think it is, Lucas?
I mean, I think definitely closest is the 49ers, but I don't even think the defense is that far off, because if you look at it, Nick Bosa and Aiden Hutchinson, if you look at the rookie season, it's identical. And I think if Aiden Hutchinson's just naturally a bigger athlete, and I think he is a little bit more athletic. So I think he has a higher ceiling than Nick Bosa. And I think Kirby Joseph as a safety is better than Jimmy Ward for the 49ers. So I think secondary, we're really just a corner off from the 49ers secondary because I just like the future that we have. And then really just a linebacker because I just think you give us time. I think if we go out, we get a veteran linebacker to kind of raise up Rodrigo. I think he can play that Dre Greenlaw if you give it time. I don't think they're the same player, but just the same impact. But the one thing that the Lions have that the Eagles and the 49ers don't have is Jamison Williams and just that speed factor on the offensive side. I mean, you look at it, the 49ers and Eagles, they're more bruising offenses. And I think we have that with Jamal Williams and that offensive line. But, I mean, who's the fastest player on the Eagles? Quiz Watkins? You know what I mean? Like, they don't have a burner down the field and I think we can expose that. So if we can get that front seven, I think we'll be there. And it's going to take maybe an off season. I don't think it's that far off.
I'm kind of with you in terms of the defense. I don't know.
I mean, who on their secondary – I like Jimmy Ward a lot for the 49ers, but who in their secondary where you're like, oh, damn, holy shit, like, don't throw it his way. CeeDee Lamb had 110 yards on, like, 10 receptions last night.
Well, that's like the thing that, like, Spinney was talking to in terms of, like, these guys you're drafting in that's coming in, like, they're killing it right away because they got that one safety. Is it I don't know how to say his name. Talano
I forgot about Hufanga.
Yeah.
I take back what I said. Hufanga is a monster.
Yeah.
I even said something in chat about him.
But it's not like a coverage monster. He's like a playmaking
he's an
monster.
in the box. He's a better, I think he'll be what Jamal Adams was supposed to be, prospect-wise.
Yeah.
Well, then, I mean, even that situation, though, again, I don't want to say the Detroit Lions are close to becoming the league's #1 defense. I
hope you do.
No. I don't want to say that, but, like, you can find, like, some similarities. Like, I'm with you. Like, I think we said it, I think it was last week. From weeks 10 to week 17, the Detroit Lions ranked, DVOA, the 4th best defense in the league. I think you saw them shut down the run, and that's I think #1 priority, right? Because you have to earn the right to pass rush. You have to earn the right to have the quarterback drop back every single time because they're not able to run on you. And I think the Detroit Lions got that down towards the end of the year, and we have a whole conversation coming up on that one if we believe in what we saw and that being the case, but. I think with Talona, however you want to say his name, you could point to Kirby having some similarities there because Kirby truly is a playmaker. Defensive line, you draw the Bosa comparisons. Aiden Hudson, I do like that as well. Tariq Armstead or Eric Armstead, I'd point to maybe even John Kaminsky, who's a guy who wants to return. He's not on the roster officially now, but he's been public about wanting to return. I'm sure they're going to bring him back. But the defense is closer there, and we do have all the draft picks to address that with. But then you have the offense is probably the only difference for sure. That, and again, I'm not trying to model exactly what the San Francisco 49ers are, but again, I'm just trying to see how close the Detroit Lions are.
I'd say the offense is closer than the defense.
Yeah. No, 100. Well, that means it's the #1 defense, so for sure.
Exactly. Yeah, we had the #5 offense in the NFL.
They're just different offenses, though. Like he said, and it's to the Detroit Lions' benefit. Oh, for sure, they're different offenses. Like a lot of what they're doing there in San Fran's, like those bootleg pat. You know what I'm saying? Like all this stuff where like Purdy's just kind of screaming out buying time.
You're not asking the quarterback to do that much. You're not asking him to put the ball in risky situations. You're running the ball. You'd like to run the ball a lot, which is what the 49ers like to do, and they put the ball in the hands of their playmakers and let them do things. That's what the Lions offense is.
There's a certain point in the Detroit Lions season, which we put on every day, that the run game went kind of void.
Yeah.
Like absent. I don't think a Detroit Lions run game is like that yet. I think.
And that's what would be the difference, in my opinion. That's what would put them from the #5 offense in the NFL to a top 2 offense in the NFL, compared to the number 28th ranked defense in the league to the #1 ranked defense in the league. The
verticality of what it's just, and this is like again a stylistic thing. The Detroit Lions got to beat like vertically, just like he said. How we have Jameson Williams.
I don't know. Brandon Ayuk's a pretty damn good and fast receiver. He was saying the Eagles don't have anybody that can go out there and burn somebody, take the top off the defense.
They got Devontae Smith too. I put it in there.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I think the 49ers, the offense is much closer to being on that caliber than the defense, undoubtedly.
In terms of like rankings, yeah. I'm talking about stylistically. That's what I'm saying. Like draw the comparisons like there. Stylistically, the offense is just different. I think the Detroit Lions offense, like sure, like we'll be able to compete, but can they compete in like the big moments like that? We're talking about the big time players make big time plays. I think San Francisco's defense carried them in a lot of situations. Everyone's abusing Dak from last night. I think a lot of people forget how fucking good that San Fran defense is. It's like that was going to happen at some point. The first one was ugly. The second one was a great play by San Fran. Were you gonna say something, Luke?
I'm laughing at the chat. They're getting me pretty good.
Oh, for being what?
Got called Ratatouille. It made me chuckle. It was a good one.
Yeah, heavyweight chat is different.
Yeah, there's
Gotta
some
give him the
savages
flowers
out
for that
there.
one. There was another one. It was like Troubled Boy with military cut. It goes into Lady Jane's as for the troubled youth with military cut.
The things that would, I guess, bring the Detroit Lions closer to contention with a San Francisco 49ers team is like, I'm trying to think of specific positions of players. And I'm thinking of running back. I just want a consistent run game.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
He's not going to be around for long, though.
That's fair. And with this offensive front, too, though. You know what I'm saying? This offensive line. This is why I was... And I'm not pressed on the Bijan situation.
If you could stay healthy.
I mean, DeAndre Swift can be definitely out cold. But, and Jamal, too. But DeAndre's going to have that type of year next year for sure, actually. It's
if he can stay healthy.
Contract year. Yeah, it depends on staying healthy. Magically, guys stay healthy on contract years. It's just, contract years is different. But we got that magic going for it as Detroit Lions fans. But I'm not pressed on Bijan specifically because I have that much faith in Brad Holmes that if he were to pass on to Bijan, there's probably something similar that he likes more like later on in terms of like value-wise. But I think running game is like something that the Detroit Lions need if they do want to compete in this division, because that's something that you carry that travels on the road with you.
Yeah,
no matter where you go.
Control the clock. It helps you utilize the best part of your team, which is that fantastic offensive line of the Detroit Lions. And yeah, I think a lot rests on the shoulders of DeAndre Swift next year, and if he's able to stay healthy, because you said you would love a guy like Christian McCaffrey. Well, that's what DeAndre Swift can be if he stays healthy. Is a guy like Christian McCaffrey. That's a guy who can run it outside, can run it between the tackles, and can obviously catch the ball in the backfield and do a lot of damage in doing that. So
I think Christian gets a little physical too. We'll put. I mean, not that DeAndre won't, but
like Christian's
like, yeah, I think he's more physical than DeAndre too.
Yes, I agree. I think Christian McCaffrey is a better back than DeAndre Swift, but I'm saying that is the type of back DeAndre Swift is supposed to be, is that all-around guy who can do it all. And if he could stay healthy, that would be the piece to your offense that you were missing.
And the one part that, again, I don't want to harp on too much because I know it just comes with like mountains and mountains of hate because how Lions fans are, but it is the quarterback spot. I get it. I think there's a conversation in the Morning Woodward show that they said that Goff's questionably the second best quarterback in the NFC right now, and I think we have the second best offense in the NFC right now, but I don't know if I'd say he's like the best quarterback. It's, again, that's why I said I put a lot more place in coaches than I do quarterbacks at times, unless there's a guy like Mahomes with a skill set that's just undeniable.
Yeah.
Or Burrow or you know what I'm saying, Allen, like skill sets are undeniable. I don't think Goff is that. I think he's more of like the system, what they got going on too. But
it's the same kind of thing. They built their offenses around what their quarterback does well.
Yeah, or what
they
he can't
built
do.
their offenses around what the quarterback can and can't do, and that's the same thing the Detroit Lions did.
Yep.
If Ben Johnson had a Brock Purdy or Jalen Hurts, the offense would look different. If Jared Goff was in San Francisco, they wouldn't be running as many boot options and stuff like that. That's what the coordinators do, is they build their offense around the abilities and lack thereof of their quarterbacks.
It's kind of crazy. We're talking Brian Daboll, Coach of the Year, Dan Campbell, Coach of the Year.
Kyle
Shanahan should definitely be in that conversation. What he's been doing with Brock Purdy. But time to pay some bills. Vinny, tell us about Guardian Alarm.
I will, because Guardian Alarm is here for
Guardian
you.
Alarm.
Guardian Alarm is here for
Uptime.
you. And it's a new year, so let Guardian Alarm offer you customized solutions from real experts. Their professional technicians take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs with 24/7 local monitoring. You can call them anytime, day or night, and know a Guardian Alarm team member will stay on the phone with you as long as needed. And of course, they have technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology that's been proven to work and people who have been proven to care. So call them at 1-800
Stay out.
That's 1-800
Stay out
right now, and let them know Woodward Sports sent you.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Krogers. And if you want to know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper. Tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
Don't be fat. And you can use Custom Health Centers to do just that, bars. You see Ryan Ermanni right there.
Oh, I did rhyme.
He enlisted the help of Custom Health Centers, and he went from Corey Spaghetti to Corey Maggette. The man lost upwards of 25 pounds, but in all seriousness, Ryan did enlist the help of Custom Health Centers and lost upwards of 25 pounds already. You can do the same by calling them at 844-789-8446. That's 844-789-8446. Call Custom Health Centers today and let them help you reach your ideal weight.
Don't be fat.
Don't be fat.
What up, though? Welcome back to World Heavyweights live on Woodwardsports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spin Mo Rex. We got young Chris.
What up, dog?
JB Smooth. My guy Lucas in here as well. Doughboy Steve. He's rocking with the heavyweights since we were Studio B.
Yeah.
He purchased a shirt. Matter of fact, he got the Penei Sewell autograph because of it. He's just going at me for the golf stuff. But again, the topic is drawing comparisons to these contenders. Like, if you're mad about what we had to say about golf, but they're different. We're comparing them, right? Like, and he's trying to tell me it's dope. I gotta go at you a little bit for this one. He said Goff makes throws other quarterbacks wouldn't even attempt.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's a reach.
Well, wow. So I asked which ones.
The throw he made, I guess.
The hook and ladder. That's a screen pass, bud.
Yeah.
And then Amon Ra tossed it. I love you, Doughboy. I'm not gonna go too hard on you.
That throw he made to Khalif Raymond in the Packers game,
that was
by far the best throw I've ever seen.
That's a AFC quarterback throw.
Yeah, he was rolling.
That was one of them boys.
Rolling to his left, threw it back to his right, across his body, like 40, 50 yards down the field.
57 air yards.
57 air yards.
Yeah, what he hit on that one.
It was a very impressive throw.
No, it was very.
And he dropped a dot to DJ Chark, I think, the week before that. Beautiful ball, hit him right in stride when he was going down the sideline.
Bob's Big Boy in the Woodward Sports chat says Goff and Burrow aren't bad comps.
Yes, they are.
Lucas, I'm going to let you handle this one. That's your boy.
What was it? Goff and Burrow?
Goff
and Burrow aren't bad comps.
Like, as in they're close?
Yeah.
There's no shot. I don't know what you could tell me that Jared Goff could do that Joe Burrow couldn't. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, there's completely different levels. I think when people are hung up on Goff is not the fact that Jared Goff is a bad quarterback. That's not what they're saying. But we can't get caught up in the recency bias and look at the big picture. It's just the fact. It's like trying to talk to like a kid who's not realizing the big picture thing. It's like, hey, I know this is good, but there's better out there type of thing. Like, there's way better than Jared Goff out there.
Yeah.
No, I shouldn't say way better. I mean,
Jared Goff is he's like that second tier of starting quarterback.
Yeah, he's like there's mid, and he's like he's getting out of there.
He took care of the ball very well this year, which is a big gripe on him. That impressed me a lot. Is he took care of the ball a lot, and we had someone call upon us to do this. Someone asked us, friend of the show, friend of the network.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The man himself, Cannon. Shout out Cannon. Hope Cade's doing well in his recovery, but he asked us to
hope you're doing well in your recovery of the Dallas Cowboys loss.
Hope you're feeling better after that Dallas Cowboys loss. You know, I said it. I called it. You should just listen to Spenny, man. I'm sorry, Ken. But you look at he wanted us to compare Dak Prescott.
Well, he said he would take Goff in a heartbeat over Dak Prescott.
Goff. Yeah, I probably would too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not mad. I mean, it's
Dak Prescott's grossly overpaid. You look at what he did this year in 12 games. He had 19 turnovers in 12 games. 15 interceptions and 4 fumbles in 12 games. He did have 23 touchdowns, but, I mean, that helps when you got playmakers out there and you got a good play caller and a guy like Kellen Moore who can scheme up a damn good offense. You look at what he did. He had 2,860 yards, 23 touchdowns, 15 interceptions, 4 fumbles. So he had 24 touchdowns because he did have 1 rushing touchdown in the regular season. But you look at Jared Goff. Jared Goff had 4,400. This is in 17 games, of course. 4,400 yards, 29 touchdowns, only 14 turnovers, which 7 interceptions, 7 fumbles. It's just give me Goff for sure over Prescott. Prescott might be able to make a little bit happen with his leg. He does have that element that Jared Goff doesn't happen, where he can get out of the pocket if things are breaking down. He can rush. We saw him do that a lot, actually, where he rushed for a first down, almost rushed for a touchdown. Made a lot of good things happen outside of the pocket, but the dude just panics. He throws bad balls. He turns the ball over a lot, and that we haven't seen that out of Jared Goff this year.
Yeah.
So I'd take Jared Goff over Dak Prescott as well.
Yeah, it's one of those situations, again, they offer different skill sets. So where do you have with that one, Luke?
I mean, I agree with it. I think Dak Prescott's a better athlete, but there's plenty of times where there's throws where Jared Goff, where you're like, what are you doing? But it's not like where he's panicking and like has no clue what's going on with the play, where you see that with Dak Prescott. I get he's mobile, like Spence said, but Jared Goff, I think, is a better leader. He's not going to go off the field asking for a shit ton of money like Prescott is, and I think he's just more poised in the pocket. And I think, like, if Goff was playing quarterback for the Cowboys yesterday, they would have won that game because he wouldn't have turned the ball over like that. I mean, when you have a running game like Dallas does, I mean, they ranked ahead of the Lions this year in rushing yards.
Yeah.
So they had a better running game. I still like the Lions running backs more, but the Cowboys had a better running game this year, so that helps your quarterback. And Goff was way more efficient with a quote-unquote worse running game.
Yeah.
So that his efficiency says it for itself.
It's so tough for me because it's just like I said earlier too. Like a lot of people want to like deride certain quarterback names, and I'm not trying to like throw Brock Purdy on the bus right now, but that's one of them too. Like do you guys truly believe like Brock Purdy would do this under any other system that wasn't Kyle Shanahan's? Like you think Brock Purdy would be like just as successful? Well, the Lions, actually, I do love Ben Johnson.
Yes.
But Brock Purdy, you think he'd be just as successful on the Eagles?
Yes.
You think so?
Yes, I do.
Wow.
I think they have a very similar setup as the 49ers. They have playmakers on the outside, a fantastic offensive line. Wouldn't ask them to do as much.
I don't think so. Well,
I mean, I think he is literally in the most ideal situation he could be in.
Yes.
But I think he would be close in Philly, but I like Shanahan more than Sirianni by a million miles. I get Sirianni's nice, but there's levels there, and I just think the amount of elite weapons, like Miles Sanders is good, Christian McCaffrey is elite. Then Elijah Mitchell is an elite backup running back when you're just looking at backup running back levels. And then you have Boston Scott. Kenneth Gainwell's good. Tight end. George Kittle is great. Dallas Goedert's good. But that's your quarterback's best friend as well. So I just think even on the defensive side of the ball, like Spence has said 1,000 times, they have one of the best players at each level of the ball.
Yeah. For me, again, is stemming off of a conversation about like Jared Goff over Dak, which I think this year definitely the answer is Jared Goff,
100%.
especially if he's playing as clean as he did to end the year. But I mean, you got to look at the situation too that got the Cowboys in the red zone last night. It was on they didn't score on that one, but it was Dak running, running it right to the damn line near the damn there. And it's like that type of stuff is just different. And I want to credit coaching. Like, I don't believe that Brock Purdy would be doing this in the Philadelphia Eagles offense. I don't believe that Brock Purdy would be doing like San Fran. I name whoever the hell else. I truly believe. I
think they would adapt their offense around Brock Purdy if he was their starting quarterback.
I don't think they would do it at all, just because you've seen this guy Kyle
Shanahan.
I do not. They would adapt their offense, but I'm saying Brock Purdy would not be just as effective in the Philadelphia Eagles team than he is on the San Francisco 49ers team with Kyle Shanahan at the helm of it. And you mentioned another name I think to make the argument too is James Mitchell. Raheem Mostert was once upon a time that James Mitchell. Like there's been a plethora of running backs back there.
Brock Purdy's only thrown for over 300 yards once.
What's his name again? The other running back that had Breida or something like that.
Yeah, Breida was good.
Like this, the thing with Kyle Shanahan is like you've seen the positions like void, like the name's void. But the position, the role, still fulfilled because Kyle Shanahan's got that scheme, that offense. That's why I don't think Brock Purdy. Again, that's one of those guys where they're getting all the credit, but it's more sort of coaching. I think Jared Goff is an example of that too. Played very well. That's undeniable. You cannot say that Jared Goff didn't play well. And it does take a good quarterback to execute what he's being asked to do 100%. But Ben Johnson, we saw Goff before Ben and then with Ben. It's his night and day.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it's more so coaching. So I think Dak is better for what the Cowboys got going on right now with Mike McCarthy. His mobility to extend a play, maybe throw. And again, he does like try these tight window throws. They're just stupid all the time. He's not good enough to do them. But it's just a different skill set, different offensive scheme.
Brock Purdy's only had over 300 yards once in his so far starting games with the 49ers.
Okay.
I do agree that Kyle Shanahan is a great coach and he brings the best out of him, but you don't think that if you're not talking about taking Brock Purdy and putting him on the Jets or putting him on the Giants where they're void of weapons, you're putting him on one of the best teams in the NFL with one of the best offenses in the NFL, one of the best offensive lines in the NFL, and great playmakers on the outside and a damn good tight end as well. You don't think if you take Brock Purdy off the 49ers and put him on the Philadelphia Eagles where they had time to adapt their offense around him to where they're not running play calls like they have Jalen Hurts back there, but they had Brock Purdy, that he wouldn't be able to go for 250 yards and 2 touchdowns in that offense with those weapons?
Gardner Minshew was once the starting quarterback in this league, correct?
Yes.
Gardner Minshew is probably one of the better backup quarterbacks. He 0-2 as a starter for the Philadelphia Eagles this year. That's taking another quarterback, putting him in all the stuff that you just said, and they're not
But they didn't build their offense around Gardner Minshew. They built it around Jalen Hurts.
The San Francisco 49ers didn't build their offense around Brock Purdy.
They
Brock
did
Purdy
once they started
in
putting him in and gave him. He has 8 weeks as a starter.
Even before then, Spinny, there's 1 week he's still successful. 2 weeks still successful with Kyle Shanahan.
His first game, he had 210 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception.
The perfect example
game, he had 185 yards and 2 touchdowns. And then when they started moving the offense around him, you see his stats going up. They're not asking Brock Purdy to go out there and throw for 100 or throw it 40 times in the air.
Making the argument.
He's a quick slant merchant, and I think you could do that same thing with a great Philadelphia Eagles offensive line and fantastic playmakers on the outside like Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown.
Well, like I said, we had a sample size of Gardner Minshew being there. We didn't see the same production out of the Philadelphia Eagles offense, where you had the sample with Jimmy Garoppolo to Brock Purdy being there with San Francisco. It's Kyle Shanahan is an offensive genius. I think you're discounting him when you say those kind of things. All due respect to him and Brock Purdy. Again, you still have to execute when you're being asked to do those things.
Brock Purdy's still nice.
Yeah, he's still nice.
It's just I'm 100% with you. There's just levels to coaching that bring out the best form player.
Yeah, so a Goff
Gardner
and
Minshew
Dak
in the
conversation.
2 games he started this year had 355 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 274 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception.
To a Dak and Goff conversation,
So I
still
think that's pretty good results of a guy being put in that offense.
I mean, I think Minshew and Purdy are damn near the same skill set too. When you break it down,
you don't think that's You don't think that's a good showing? Yeah, the 2 interceptions suck, but he had 355 yards in the first game he started.
I don't.
You don't think that's good?
No, Spencer. I still believe you put Brock Purdy, the Philadelphia Eagles. They're not balling. He's not balling like he's been doing. He's not playing as well.
He hasn't really been balling.
That's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's what you're crediting to the
That's what I'm saying. I think he'd have similar success because it's not like he's going out there and throwing 400 yards and 4 touchdowns. He's going out there and doing what's asked of him. And if you ask him to do the same thing in a Philadelphia offense with a great offensive line and playmakers out on the sides, he can do that. It's not like he's going out there throwing bombs down the field all game.
I don't think he is. I don't agree.
Why?
I think Kyle Shanahan's a better offensive mind than Nick Sirianni.
I agree.
I don't understand where we're arguing then.
I also think NFC East this year, let's say Brock Purdy being a rookie as well. Gardner Minshew, like we said, has playing experience. So you take a rookie, and I think if you put him against Dallas
That's the
twice,
other part of it too.
Cowboys twice, even the Commanders twice, I don't think he does that. Jalen Hurts has a lot more rushing ability and rushing threat. Like Jalen Hurts can take a rushing touchdown.
He just
for
beat
50
the
yards.
Cowboys.
I know. I'm saying if Brock Purdy was there.
Yeah, Brock Purdy.
I know. I'm saying if you ask him to do that twice with Philadelphia's roster, I think 49ers have a better roster than Philadelphia. In my opinion, it's
pretty close.
It's close, but I think just when we go to, there's good and then there's elite. The 49ers have those elite players. The Philadelphia Eagles have a lot of really, really, really good players, if that makes sense. So now you take that and you take them in a lower coaching level. It's not a lot, but again, you're just dipping it down. And I think just that comes to success. I think that would result in more losses. Similar numbers, but more losses.
Honest to God, and this is just coming off the top of my head too, so you saw what Brian Daboll did with Daniel Jones, right?
Yes.
Imagine if Brian Daboll was in charge of the Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? I think that would be 10 times nastier than what it is right now.
Joke.
So taking Goff over Dak, sure. This year, again, numbers wise, you can't dispute it. But who's my coach here? If my coach is, I think I'm limited in coaching. I'd rather have a more athletic guy than Dak, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And I'm
take Dak over Goff?
Again, who's my coach?
Dan Campbell and Ben Johnson.
I would.
That's
this
tough.
Lions team right now, who would you rather have, Dak or Goff?
I'm going to go Goff. Goff finished the year phenomenally.
Saved me a heart attack.
Yeah.
Goff finished the year phenomenally.
Dak's never been able to take care of the ball.
What gives me cause for pause, shout out Flannel Sam, is we haven't seen Ben Johnson with the guy a little bit more mobile like Dak, to like what he could draw up. Because again, Daniel Jones was looked at as limited as Dak, a turnover machine. But once you get a Brian Dabble in there, he sure as shit looks effective,
Yeah.
So I got to see Ben Johnson with a mobile guy. But tell us about Big Boy.
I will, because comfort foods are better at Big Boy. Wintertime in Detroit is always better with comfort foods from Big Boy. Try the classic meatloaf or Cajun chicken Alfredo. What about pancakes? The stuffed potato pancakes are back. They're Lumberjack, Santa Fe Garden, or Blockbuster. You can stop by your local Big Boy today and satisfy your taste buds.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. Because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
When it comes to making your haircut truly an experience, there's no better place than Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Come to any one of our 26 Metro Detroit locations for an award-winning haircut experience and qualify for a chance to win a down payment for your dream home up to $200,000. Our precision haircut and talented stylists will have you looking good, feeling good, and give you a chance to change your life forever. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
What's a winter wonderland if you can't shop, eat, and play? Lucky for you, you can do it all at the Downtown Detroit Markets, Cadillac Lodge, and the new winter version of the Monroe Street Midway, all located just across the street from Campus Martius Park. Find the fun at deckedoutdetroit.com.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
The Monroe Street Midway has swapped out roller skating, basketball, and mini golf for a giant Arctic slide, winter bumper cars, an indoor arcade, and puck putt. With free entry to the site, enjoy a variety of new activities aimed at creating exceptional winter experiences for everyone. Get to the Midway this winter to enjoy tasty treats while making magical memories during the most wonderful time of the year. Those tasty treats include, but are not limited to, burgers, pierogi, homemade chili, chicken sandwiches, mac and cheese bites, plus gluten-free and vegan goodies. And, of course, coming soon, the Woodward Sports Winter Olympics. You'll be able to compete against Darren McCarty, Braylon Edwards, Adam, Ryan Ermanni, Jeff Iafredi, the heavyweights, and all the Woodward Sports family in Monroe Street Midway games. So make sure you go downtown and check out the Monroe Street Midway presented by Bedrock Detroit.
What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights Live, WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spin Mo Rex. We got young Chris in the TV booth, JB Smooth, the ones and twos. Lucas joining us as well. Before we went to break, I was asked a question in the Lions offense, who would I rather have, Dak Prescott or Jared Goff? Mm-hmm. The answer is 100% Jared Goff. I've seen Jared Goff in that system, and he's been phenomenal with Ben Johnson. I haven't seen Ben Johnson with a guy like Dak. I can't say that wouldn't work because you got Brian Dabble in a situation with Daniel Jones, who quite clearly made that work, and with less talent around him too. Now I want to put the shoe on the other foot, though, because I saw it in the Woodward Sports chat. If Jared Goff is on the Cowboys roster, I guess to address kind of the same situation that Cannon was too.
Yeah.
Do the Cowboys win that game yesterday?
No, I think it'd be a similar result.
I think so too. Lucas.
Crack. They do. Because
they do?
How?
They win that game because Dak Prescott, for one, what you just said earlier about just the plain fact of watching Dak Prescott run into a defensive end in the end zone and just throw it away. It's just like Jared Goff would never even put his team in that situation. Jared Goff would have got that ball thrown away 2 seconds ago.
Jared Goff would have got sacked before he even made it out of the pocket to have the opportunity to
so much more efficient and so much of a heady quarterback than Dak Prescott. He would rely on that defense. Like, he was able to minimize Detroit's defense and make them look halfway efficient by keeping the offense on the field longer, making the other team have a longer drive to go by getting the offense down the field. Like, so if you put Jared Goff with Dallas's defense and CeeDee Lamb, and I know Tony Pollard got hurt, but Ezekiel Elliott,
he broke his fibula.
Tony Pollard's a dog.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw the bone pop.
Man. I think if Tony Pollard stayed in, Dallas could have won that game.
Yeah, I think that Ellis loses regardless either way.
Yes.
I don't know.
One, I think you're shortchanging that San Francisco. That's the other part of this too. The Dak, and it's going to happen because Dallas Cowboys get the most media coverage. It's maybe the most clicks. I don't know. The Showbiz clearly does. I mean, they keep talking about them, and they're doing well too. They won this year a couple games, a lot of games. Yeah. I think the San Francisco 49ers defense deserves more credit than Dak deserves abuse.
Yes, I agree.
They've done that to
Dak
every
definitely
single
deserves
quarterback
some
they've seen this year, damn near.
But yeah, the 49ers defense is different, and the reason Jared Goff had such a good season, one of the main reasons Jared Goff had such a good season was that offensive line in front of him, able to keep him standing up, able to keep him with pressure off of him, able to allow him to make his reads and make his throws. And Dallas's offensive line is not as good as the Lions' offensive line.
And that's what I'm saying too. Like, so the play you brought up too with Dak. By the way, him surviving that in the end when I thought it was gonna be a safety or fumble or him just getting his shoulder broken, but he had the mobility and wherewithal to like escape the pocket, to like give himself an opportunity to throw at that point. That's not a skill set that Jared Goff has.
If you go back and watch that play, the guard literally runs and that play is designed for him to roll out like that. Like if you go back and watch that play, that guard just does some weird ass pull pass protection.
Yeah.
And instead of he had time to throw the ball. Like he could have thrown the ball away, done something, took a step back, but he just panics and he does that. First of all, he almost threw a pick 2 plays before that, which would have ended the game. I don't think Goff would have even put that team in this situation. I think he would have been able to just take what was given to him, which Dak was doing in the first half, but once Pollard went out the window, he started trying to make plays that weren't there. Like I said last week, if Prescott has to throw 30, 40 times, they lose. I think if Goff throws 30, 40 times, it's going to be a lot more efficient and your offense is going to excel more.
I think by the numbers, when Goff is throwing more than those 33 times, they're bad. The Detroit Lions,
he doesn't have that defense, though. Like, you really think if Jared Goff was playing last night, he would have only put up 12 points?
Yes.
I just don't think so. They were in the red zone. Like, Dak Prescott.
49ers defense is insane.
Yeah,
I know, but we've consistently seen Dak turn the ball over every year, and we just saw Jared Goff not do that. Even in LA when he was playing against the 49ers.
Well, that's Jared Goff. That's Jared Goff with who though?
Sean McVay. I'm
talking about like this year though. Jared Goff with Ben Johnson.
I mean, Kelmore's pretty good too.
He's not Ben Johnson.
There's not. Ben Johnson's definitely a better coordinator. I think Goff is in a great situation, but I think he would still be way more efficient. Like Dak Prescott lost them that game.
I think we need to pump the brakes on that a little bit because Kellen Moore did have the highest scoring offense in the NFL 2 years ago. So, you know, he's done that before, too. I like Ben Johnson a lot, don't get me wrong, but he's only done it for 1 year.
Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, Ezekiel Elliott, Tony Pollard. I mean, you should. It's a pretty fucking good offense.
Yeah, well, he did, and he initiated the offense.
Yeah.
And he had the highest scoring offense in the NFL before, so.
Is it the same year they had the awful defense, too?
I think so. I'm not sure. I think that was, like, the first year of Van Der Esch. I don't even think they had Micah Parsons yet, but I agree. I don't think they'd win either way, no matter who they had, because that 49ers defense is stupid.
Yeah, unless they had I'm just calling it AFC quarterback. Unless they had an AFC quarterback. But to argue your point, the Patriots defense, San Francisco 49ers defense, who's better in your opinion?
Like right now?
Yeah, just in general throughout the whole year.
Like 49ers for sure.
Okay, do you see what happened to Jared Goff against the Patriots?
That's Bill Belichick, though. That's the greatest defensive coach of all time.
D'Amico Ryan, who do you think has a better defense this year, though? Them or you said the 49ers got better defense, right?
Yeah, 100%.
So that's still going to be the same excuse.
St. Brown. I mean, DeAndre Swift, I'm pretty sure was hurt that
game.
What
about the Cowboys, though?
Yeah, the Cowboys situation, too.
We saw Cooper Rush damn near outperform Prescott. Like, there's Cowboys fans that are, like, mad that Cooper Rush wasn't still the starter. And I think those are probably the most intelligent Cowboys fans because Cooper Rush gave what was taken to him and let that defense win games for him.
The Dallas Cowboys offense kind of took off when Dak got back. Yeah, he makes bad interceptions, and he does not have the best awareness, but he still makes throws. He's a better quarterback than Cooper Rush.
But if your offense takes off, is it really worth it if you're not as efficient? Like, as a team, when I was watching Cooper Rush, I was like, okay, he's going to take what's given to him, and they know that this is a defensive-built team. They're going to acknowledge that this is a defensive team. So they're going to play to the strength of their team. When Dak's in, they're like, okay, now we're an offensive team. We're going to try to throw it over your head. We're going to do this, do that. It's just like, no. Know your identity. Know that you have a mid-quarterback. So, acknowledge that.
Efficiency. You talking about, so Dak threw the ball 37 times. Jared Goff, week 1, Philadelphia Eagles, 37 attempts, 56% completion, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 1 was a pick six, and a sack. Over 33 attempts against Washington. They obviously won that game, 4 touchdowns. One of them was DeAndre Swift. That was sick.
That was gnarly.
Yeah, the situation in Minnesota, he had 41 attempts, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Over 30, we'll go 37 because that's what Dak was at. I apologize. Seattle game, pick 6, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. That game was wild.
That game was crazy.
35 attempts against New England. Not good. Only 26 attempts against Dallas. A couple turnovers in that one too. Actually, yeah, zero touchdowns, 2 interceptions. I think he had 2 fumbles in that one too, or just one. No, 2 fumbles in that game. Like Goff, when he's being asked to throw that many times, it's not pretty. If you want to look at the situation the Detroit Lions are winning, Goff is at like 26 attempts, 22 completions or 20 completions. Like even the Giants game, the Detroit Lions kind of routed them in their home. Goff at 0 touchdowns.
Isn't that the same situation with Prescott?
What do you mean?
You want him to
Yeah.
If you're winning, so then who do you trust to keep the ball safer, Goff or Prescott?
And that situation against San Francisco 49ers, I'm going with. I mean, it's not going to happen either way, but I'm going with Dak.
No.
What do you? I mean, look at when Goff plays good defenses.
He could have had honestly 5 turnovers last night. He got lucky 3 times.
Jared Goff against good defense turns the ball over though.
He does, but he also makes smarter plays when compared to Prescott.
He's putting
Goff's smart plays are way more efficient and smarter than Prescott's
I disagree completely. I mean, no, Goff is efficient overall. Yeah, Dak tries the tight window stuff, and Goff knows he doesn't have that type of skill set to do it at times. You're 100% right. But against good defense is going to make good plays. Like Goff hasn't the ability to extend those plays. Goff is still going to be put in those same situations to have to make, have to do something. And it's been ugly. Against New England it was ugly. Against Dallas it was ugly. Those are games where he turned the ball over a lot. Against the Jets, he didn't have a good showing. He didn't do really well against the Jets. What happened at the end of the game, Brock Wright made a play and Ben Johnson made an offensive play call. If put Goff and the Cowboys, they're still losing either way. But it's just coaching, really. And that's why, I mean, give me Goff and Ben Johnson in that game, maybe.
Yeah, I'd tell you, if they had a better head coach, I would say Dallas. But
I mean, it's a tough one. Styles make matchups. That's where I'm at with it.
2 fantastic defenses. I heard somebody talking on the radio saying that might be the highest point scored or highest scoring game of the weekend. I was like,
yeah.
What? It's the 2 of the best defenses in the NFL.
I beg your pardon?
What are you talking about?
Econ in the Woodward Sports Chat concede easy. Again, Dallas, the Wings, the best. They're playing the San Francisco 49ers, the #1 defense in the league right now, against Dallas and against what the hell's the other team? New England.
Yeah.
Raped. Didn't do nothing. New York's got good defense. Didn't do nothing. New York Giants got good defense. Brock Wright saved his ass. These aren't games where he outperformed what Dak Prescott did last night. In fact, worst scenarios. Detroit Lions were shut out in New England. Got their asses kicked in Dallas too. Concede to what? Against good defenses in a situation like Dak was in last night, Goff hasn't done shit. I'll look at the numbers when we go back.
Yeah.
Is my read?
Yeah.
What is it, Swiss?
Let
me tell you about Swiss. Let me tell you about it right now. Guys, we know you got a bunch of gifts from Christmas and whatever else you're celebrating, and you want to insure those jewelry and other collectibles. For the past 8 weeks, Swiss has saved its clients an average of 26% on their insurance premiums while increasing the coverage. It's a lot of money to free up for season tickets for the Detroit Lions when Goff apparently is going to take them to the Super Bowl. 2024, I actually can see that. We'll have Glitch. We'll be right back.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
By now you know me, Christina Gennari, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Spotless, sanitized rooms with trained and certified tanning professionals. Join the Pepper Club for all the best deals where they beat all competitors by $5.
$5?
$5. That is a lot of money. Don't forget to pick up Australian Gold, Designer Skin, Caltan, and Swedish Beauty Lotions while you're there. ChiliPeppersTanning.com. The hottest bulbs, the hottest deals, the darkest tans. Once again, ChiliPeppersTanning.com.
What up there? Welcome back to World Heavyweights. Guys, the phone number for Bob's Big Boy and anybody else, the phone number's in the chat. I'm more than willing to have this conversation. I'm Big Boy Eazy. It's my guy, Spin Mo Rax. We're live on WoodwardSports.com. Young Chris, JB Smooth, Lucas. I guess Lucas is on your guys' team too, so I can just have the conversation with Lucas. I'm gonna give you the Lions schedule. You tell me the good defenses. I'm gonna give you Goff's numbers against them. All right. Let's pick out the good defenses
So let's
first.
keep in mind when DeAndre Swift is out and what that does to the Lions' offense,
Okay.
especially at the beginning of the year when
Tony Pollard was out last night.
Had to, like,
Tony Pollard was out last night. All right.
Okay, but for
All right.
a month.
Philly game 1. Are we? We'll give Philly. Right?
I really
Philly's a
that
good
helps your
defense.
case. I'll give you Philly.
Mhm.
All right. Washington.
That's a good defense. That's a really good front seven.
They were
That's
pretty.
good.
They were
They did
pretty
break out
ass
late.
at the beginning.
Pretty
of
ass
the
in the
year,
beginning, but they did break out later on. I'll give it to you.
We
Minnesota.
can say we'll say they're mid. I'll let that one slide just because. I mean,
We always do. Do you want to give them Washington? Week 2.
No, that team, that Washington team, no,
they weren't clicking yet.
Yeah.
When Wentz was quarter, they always click when Heineke's there.
Yeah.
JB, should we give them Washington week 2 as a good defense?
They didn't have Chase Young.
I was gonna say they didn't
Yeah.
have Chase Young, so
Yeah.
I'll let it.
Yeah, we can keep
Just
it
do it.
moving.
All right.
Yeah.
I was trying to help. Yeah, you're good. All right. Seattle, no.
No, that defense was good at the beginning.
Seattle's
That's when
defense,
Tariq Woolen was balling out. Jordan Brooks, through the whole course of the season, has been balling out.
brother. Seattle's defense is not good.
At the beginning, they were.
Not at any point in the season they were good. They had guys making getting turnovers. Yeah. I don't know.
it's
This
not
way you're
good
looking up their
defense.
numbers.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Somebody pull up rankings or something. All right, I'll pull up Seattle Seahawks schedule. Seattle Seahawks, week 1.
Yeah, they gave up 41. What? Oh, that was postseason. Sorry, week 1.
Seattle Seahawks gave up 16 to the Broncos, 27 to the Niners, 27 to the Falcons, 45 to the Lions, 39 to the Saints.
Damn, okay. If they gave up 39 to the Saints, I take it back. They have a talented defense.
Yeah.
They're not good yet.
Yeah, I agree with you.
You got
They got a lot of solid young players.
They have opportunistic defense. Like they're good at turnovers.
They played a good game, let's put it there. That was the best their defense
Yeah.
probably played all year.
Didn't Brock put 300 on them last week?
Yeah, no. Jordan Brooks going down for them is huge, though.
Yeah.
Even though they might have had Jamal.
Yeah,
Did
that
they
was
have
his
Jamal
only
for us,
300
or
yard game.
Jamal went down like
of the
week
year
2
was
or like
against
week 1. I
the
feel like.
Seahawks.
What'd you say?
The only 300-yard game he had all year was against the Seahawks.
Yeah. All right. New England, good defense.
Yep.
Dallas, good defense.
Yes.
Miami, no.
Another like Seahawks thing.
Green
Like,
Bay.
They're talented. Yeah, Green Bay's a good defense, especially division opponent.
Okay. Chicago, no.
No. Hell no.
Giants.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
It's like a well-coached defense.
Buffalo.
Yes.
Yep.
They were weird. They're like on and
They
off.
didn't
and
have
on.
their literally their entire secondary in that game though.
And that was a game Von Miller got hurt.
Von Miller did get hurt in that game
he
too.
yeah.
Put Buffalo on there.
Yeah, they still got like Matt Milano, Ed Oliver.
Yeah.
Okay.
They still got some.
They didn't
dogs
have
out there.
Poyer, Tre'Davious White.
I think it
or
was that
their
when
other
White
safety.
came back.
No, they didn't have.
the
They
next
were
week?
their entire
I think-
starting secondary was out for the Lions
I
game.
think Poyer might have come back for that one because didn't they interview him at the end? I think that was his first game back. I could be wrong.
Somebody returned that game. I know that because like go fucking figure.
Yeah. Are we throwing Buffalo on there?
I would
All
still
right, I'll throw
consider them
Buffalo.
a good defense. They
Okay.
still,
I typed in Lions versus Buffalo. It's just animal fights.
Jacksonville, no. Minnesota, no. Jacksonville, they can turn on though. Jets, yeah. We'll put that one down.
yeah, Jets have a good defense for sure.
Carolina,
yes, that's a good defense. Bad offense, good defense.
yeah. Let me look. Can we post numbers for Carolina?
He went off in the second half, but it didn't mean anything. It was too late.
Yeah.
But that's the thing where it's like, okay, if our defense does their job and we can handle a snap, I don't know who you want. I think that snap was honestly on the center. That shit went fucking right of center by a mile.
Yeah.
But if you want to blame that on Goff, I'll give it to you. But the dude still
Oh
was
no, I'm not
fighting
blaming
in
the fumble.
second half.
Yeah, no. Let me see. Can I just click like certain games, or do I have to do like all ones at a time? Are you looking at Carolina's defense?
No.
Oh, what are you doing?
I was looking at the Lions versus the Niners game last year.
Oh, yeah. Someone said the Niners, and that's one thing too. I want real quick. People are like, because I'm gonna give them Philly and to the 49ers conversation too. Week 1 matchups are like, you have all off season to prepare for those. Like you better.
But it's so like you don't know though.
Yeah.
You have all off season to prepare for.
What you don't.
It could be nothing.
What you
know what I
expect.
mean?
Yeah. And to be fair too, like if I'm keeping it real, garbage fucking points in that one because the Lions were getting blown out in that game.
Yeah.
Talking about week 1 of last year.
And the fight in the lobby after that, I was walking down. I was at that game and I was like walking down. There was a bunch of fights in the lobby after that.
Welcome to Detroit. Oh no, it's not gonna let me single pick them. Let me see. How do I redo this? What are you looking up, Spinny? Kill some time while I try to get these stats.
What do you?
I'm getting Goff's numbers in those games. All right, I'll go one by one. I was going to get them collectively. All right, let me flip the street. The good defense. Philadelphia. 21-37, 215 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception.
He had a terrible pick 6, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a pick 6. And he had a fumble in that one, too. But he recovered it. That's a good defense. So what are we grading that one, that performance? B?
Yeah, I'd say like a B minus.
Yeah. Okay, I'm cool with that one. That makes sense for me. Philly, B. All right. Next good defense would be New England. F.
Okay. Yes. Keep in mind, though,
That's F.
What would you expect him to do in that situation? Like, he doesn't have an explosive running back. Jamal Williams is getting every carry. Amon's out. Where are you going?
F.
Like, where you
It was bad. It was bad.
Dallas Cowboys. Now, this game was a weird one. He was playing well outside of the turnovers, which
some of them weren't
similar to 2 interceptions, no touchdowns, 2 fumbles lost.
That sounds like an F.
Yeah, that's I was trying to be nice, but that's
4
F.
turnovers, no.
F, is that too mean? You want to do D? They're both F.
I just don't understand what quarterback do you expect to go in there outside of like the perennial like all-stars. So now you're down your number 1 receiver,
but you're saying
which is like your only receiver at the time because J-Mo's not there.
Well, hold on though, because your argument is that last night if Goff was in for Dak, they win that game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the Cowboys' offense is way more than what the Lions did against the Cowboys.
I mean, it's kind of it was like just CeeDee Lamb. Like Michael Gallup is overrated to me.
But you just having a player on the field is a threat in itself. Like if Amon-Ra St. Brown's on the field, you're okay. Amon-Ra St. Brown's on the field. If he's not, he's like, okay.
Yeah.
Amon-Ra St. Brown's not even on the field. I'm focusing on this guy. And it's just, they're going to just send the house at Goff and make him pressured as much as you can.
That's what they did against Dallas. I mean, they were attacking Dak all game.
I know, but it's just, you have the freedom and just like, I don't give a fuckness because Amon-Ra St. Brown's not on the field. DeAndre Swift's not on the field. Like, nobody is gonna Jamal Williams isn't outrunning everybody on Micah Parsons is not gonna get outran by Jamal Williams.
He's not gonna get outran by Zeke either.
But what is that like? You get what I'm saying though, so that helps my point.
What? I don't get your point.
If
Goff
you
made shit throws in that
weapons,
game that got intercepted. And
so
he fumbled
if you
twice.
go into the game with Goff, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and DeAndre Swift, you're kind of like, okay, that's a really good offense. I got to plan X, Y, Z. I got to make sure I'm stopping a play more so than creating a play.
Yeah.
So now you take them away. Now you're like, okay, I don't really have to stop shit. Now I can create more. And when you don't have that, I feel like it's just like not really fair to grade Goff as like if he had Amon-Ra St. Brown.
I'm with you, but the argument is like his performances against good defenses. He didn't have that against a bad defense in Seattle, and he went off outside the pick 6. In the Seattle game, what he had like 378 yards. Yeah, 378 yards, 4 touchdowns, that ugly ass interception. I don't think he fumbled in that one. Like. Still no weapons in that one, right? Like Swift was gone for that one.
He was healthy for that one.
Amon-Ra was in that one?
Yeah, he got hurt. I don't know. I can't remember. He got hurt, and then he came back and got a concussion against the Cowboys.
Yeah.
That was New England.
He got
that
hurt
happened.
right in the beginning of the Cowboys game.
I don't have the Cowboys
So imagine like Goff
right
in
now.
that game. He's like, okay, I have him on. Oh, shit, now I don't have him on.
Josh Reynolds, Hawkinson, Raymond, Wright. That was his top targets for that game. Tom Kennedy got a couple in it. Oh, Amon-Ra was in that game.
He got hurt like in the first quarter.
Oh, I thought that was the New England game. Was he just out in the New England game?
Yeah, he was just out.
For the ankle situation? Well, still, F.
I mean, 0
touchdowns. It's just one of those things where it's like, okay, if you're going to admit that he's playing bad.
Hold on, it's interceptions. You're giving him excuse for the interceptions he had in that Dallas game. Because those are shit throws.
Think about how many times on third down
Jared Goff
picks that ball
we gotta get through this.
Amon-Ra on an out route first down.
We got to get through this.
Continue.
It's a F. 2 interceptions, 2 fumbles. It's a F. Going against a good defense. So we put Green Bay in there, which I do think Green Bay did turn on a little bit as the season went on. And it was a battle last week, week 18. But 14-26, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. What are we grading that one against Green Bay? This is at home. That was the game where it was like, what, like 9?
Yeah.
It was like 16?
Yeah,
it was 9 points.
Yeah, that was like our defense that won us that game for sure.
So what would we give him a grade? B?
B plus.
It was just nothing crazy. Just he did his job.
He had a good game.
I say C plus, but I'm also biased. So all right, we'll go B. We'll give him a flat B. We'll give him the second game against Green Bay since we're just on Green Bay.
I would give that an A, just because.
Yeah, he had that sick ass
didn't
throw.
turn the ball over, and he stepped up in the moment where even I was kind of like, I don't think he's going to do it.
Yeah.
So I give that an A.
All right, New York Giants, 17-26, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, no fumbles.
Just a B.
He had 165 yards.
C.
He got him in the
Minus.
red. Like, Jamal was a red zone monster. Jamal had 3
Yeah.
touchdowns.
Almost
Like, if he
want to give
throws a touchdown, we're like, oh, B.
Yeah.
They were just Jamal. Like, it wasn't, you could stop it, so I stopped doing it.
Jets, 252 yards, 23 of 38, 1 touchdown. Is that Brock Wright one?
It's a B.
I'm going C. Well, B.
I mean, he didn't have any turnovers. Scored a touchdown.
B minus, whatever. Like, he did his job.
Yeah.
I think if a quarterback does his job, it's just B.
Carolina, garbage points that one. I count that one. The Green Bay. So we have a C, a B, F, B, B minus.
And the 49ers defense is better than every one of those.
Yeah, and the
defenses.
49ers defense is better than every single one of those situations, yeah.
I agree. But then
That
I
was- I apologize.
think the Cowboys defense is a lot better, too, and that's
I should have even did that. I was wasting so much time. You should have told me to stop. You should have said it was stupid. We gotta go to break.
I felt
This
like
music
you
playing.
realized it was stupid.
Well, you're part of the show. You can speak up. What are we reading right now? 625. Tell us about Planet Fitness.
I will, because Planet Fitness is the official studio sponsor of the Woodward Sports Network. Also home of the Judgment Free Zone, where you can work out for just $10 a month or upgrade to the Black Card for unlimited guest privileges, hydro massage, and more. Join in club or online at planetfitness.com. It's Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991. Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
At Alta,
uptime
matters. Alta Equipment has everything you need to get the job done. You got a big project coming up? Alta Rent has you covered. Make sure you give them a call today at 844-GO-TO-ALTA. Again, that's 844-GO-TO-ALTA. Alta Equipment where
uptime
matters. Apologize for last time, man. What up, though? Welcome back to Whatever It's live at WoodSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spinmo Rex. We got young Chris at TD Booth, JV Smooth, the 1s and 2s. Lucas joined the show, causing trouble. Yeah, you're the reason that was even a thing.
I didn't ask for it. You were the one, like, you can talk for him.
You're right. We're blaming Spence for that one then. We're not stopping it. I do want to let's talk some positives. All right, let's be positive. All right, Detroit Lions get to address some needs. We feel like defensive tackle is one. I think we're all in agreement with that one. Obviously, cornerback and so on and so forth. So each week we're going to do some rankings, and then later on in the week we're going to invite a draft expert, Russell Brown, who ranks top 10 in the country last year in his mock draft. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was like 5. I gotta get the exact numbers on it, but Russell knows his shit. But Spinny, I know you did your homework on this one. I kind of want to do this like a Jay-Z Kanye thing. We kind of go back and forth. Who is your number 5 defensive tackle in the draft power rankings?
Mozzie Smith out of Michigan is my number 5 defensive tackle in the power ratings. I think he's great. I think he can do a lot of different things. He plugs up holes very well. Obviously, he's a big body. He can move around. Has some pass rushing skills, but it's not really all there yet. He didn't show me as much as I'd like to see, but you know from his different workouts and different things that he does that he's a very athletic guy, can get a lot of things done, has very quick hands. So I'm going to put Mozzie Smith at number 5.
Okay. Lucas, who you got number 5?
Number 5, I have Jervon Dexter out of Florida. He doesn't really like wow you off the charts with anything, but his size and strength, I think it shows a lot like Gerald McCoy. So it's nothing really to go in huge depth about, but he's a really solid option. I think he's kind of just bust-proof, if that makes sense. I think if you take a second, third-round pick, you're going to get your value out of him, but I don't think he's going to necessarily like steal the show and be somebody you got to go trade up for.
Yeah, my number 5, I actually would have like in an actual power ranking setting, I'd actually have him higher, and it's the same as yours. It's Mozzie Smith.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason why I don't have him higher is because I think he fits the same exact mold as Aleem McNeil right now. You know what I'm saying? He's that nose tackle. He's the big man. You're going to sit in there, and he's not going to move, and hopefully command double teams so everybody else can eat off of it. So my number 5 is the same as you, Mozzie Smith. Who's your fourth guy? My
number 4 is Javon Dexter. This guy's a monster. He's 6'6", 313 pounds. He's only 24% body fat. He squats 655 pounds and benches 425. The guy's a complete monster. He's been said that he's strong enough to stand up at the point and be able to, make some plays in the run game, but he's quick enough to run things down and chase after a quarterback so he can be a quarterback's nightmare. His lateral agility is very impressive, and his balance to cover multiple gaps on that defensive line so he can fill up different things. And he's got a quick first step and fast feet so he can close on plays, make moves down the line, and make some things happen.
What's his name again?
Javon Dexter, yeah.
Okay.
6'6", 313.
It's a big boy.
Yeah.
Looks like Gerald McCoy.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Is that you? Who's your number 4?
Yeah, that's who I had at 5.
Nice. I'm an idiot. Sorry for not listening to you. Who you got 4?
So 4 I got Mozzie. I just think just his potential, because he does check all the boxes, and I think coming from Michigan, again, just the coaching there, it's really hard to be bust-proof if you produce at Michigan, but again, he didn't produce, so that's why I kind of have him at 4 compared to the guy I have at 3, who I actually really like a lot. I was kind of doing some research, and I found out about him today, and I was watching his film. I was like, what the hell do we have here? So that's why I have him at 4, but again, just a lot of potential, but it's not a for sure thing.
Okay. My number 4 is Sakai Ike out of Baylor. I see him as he's 6'4", 358 pounds. I see him as he's a nose, similar to our guy Lee McNeil, but I think he's a little bit more elusive. You know what I'm saying, in terms of like a pass rush moves. And again, I want Aleem as my run stopper, and the guy I want next to him, I want to be able to go and get a quarterback. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Who you got 3, Spinny?
I have Sakai Ika at number 3.
Nice.
Like you said, he's a big dude. He's 6'4", 357 pounds. He's got a high motor as a pass rusher and long arms, so he can hold some guards off of him, hold some tackles off of him, no matter where he is on the line. He's got great feet and agility. And he's very good at working down the line and run game and making tackles. In last year, he had 33 pressures on the quarterback, ending up in 6 sacks, and he played 505 snaps in 13 games. So it's not a guy that you have to worry about. Is he in condition? Is he big enough? Can he stay on the field? Yes, he can. This is a guy I'd really like to see the Lions grab.
Okay. You said you're excited for this one.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about Keanu Benton
we got the same one,
today. And then I was just kind of looking down at the rankings, and I saw that this dude was huge. And then I watched him, and I have never, I've seen it before, but just like off first look, like the way this guy impacts the guard and the center off the ball just by his size is one thing, and then when he gets his reach, because he's such a large human being, he absolutely disrupts running lanes. I think he's going to be a day 3, possibly a day 2 guy, but he's definitely not going to be a first-round guy, second-round guy. So I would love to see this, and I think it's a very real possibility with him being in the Big Ten. We obviously know the Lions like going there on the defensive side, so I like him day 2 or day 3.
Keanu Benton, just as he said, is 6'4", 315 pounds. One of the reasons you put on the tape, extreme aggression. Mm-hmm. This is, I'm going out on a limb saying this as early as I am, and I'm going to feel ridiculous if it doesn't come to fruition. Actually, I'm not going to feel that bad, but you know how I fell in love with Malcolm last year? That's how I'm falling in love with Benton as a defensive tackle. Now, I don't know if that means all pro or anything like that. I just know a damn good football player. And one of the reasons it's crazy to make the parallel to Malcolm in terms of me falling in love with him, but he's also another wrestler. Mm-hmm. And I just think when you have those wrestlers, they have that natural aggression. You see Malcolm as an undersized football player out there in the linebacker position, just hip tossing Jason Kelsey like nothing, and just having his way with guys when he gets there to point of attack, make a tackle. That's why you love Malcolm at that. Well, as a defensive lineman, you're literally wrestling to get past your offensive guards to make that tackle or sack or whatever the hell else you want to call it, QB pressure. I think Keanu Benton has the makings. 6'4", 315 pounds, former wrestler. I think he could be a dog. Yeah. I'm falling in love with him quickly. Who's your 2?
Brian Bresee. Brian Bresee, we've seen what he did at Clemson. He's kind of a guy that can do it all. He fills up a lot of space in the middle as well as can get after the quarterback when he's asked to do it. He's an impressive athlete for his size. He's a big human being. So he's my number 2 on the rankings.
Yeah, I think the number 2 and 1's kind of consensus, right?
Yeah, I was going to say, we probably got the same thing going around the board.
Yeah, I wasn't as in love with Bresee.
Number 1 is Jacob Slade.
Number 1 is Jalen Carter.
Yeah.
Number 2 is Brian Bresee, I think, for everyone around the room. Did you do any of these, JB? I know you're busy doing the other shows. I want to ask you at least.
I didn't get a chance to do it.
That's all right. I figured I'd ask. I know put out the prep. the Brise stuff. I just don't know how to I don't know how to gauge it because even like certain plays where you're watching. I haven't watched a ton of tape on him, just a little bit. I've only seen really what I saw out of the Miles Murphy stuff because they play on the same team. But
I just think he's one of those guys that film goes under the radar because just like you said, Miles Murphy is such a prospect, and he should be. I'm not saying that Miles Murphy isn't good, but when you have Miles Murphy and Brian Brise on the same defensive line, one of them's going to get most of the attention. Yeah. And I think just because of the size of the human being that Brise is, I think that just went to him, so it kind of helped Murphy out, and I think we're just going to see Brise is going to be one of those guys that, like, how did we miss him type of thing.
So I feel it's the opposite. I think Miles got the extra attention over Brise because he's bigger human, faster human. He's everything like you could. I mean, Brise is huge too. Like, was he like 6'?
Yeah,
he's 6'5", 6'6".
I'm saying just like the mass of a human he is on the inside, like just for the running game purposes. It's just like I would not want my quarterback having him just completely falling on him. You know what I mean? Like I feel like that's. I mean, it sounds stupid to compare it like that, but I would want to protect my quarterback more from Brise than Murphy.
Yeah, I'd rather protect my quarterback from Murphy.
I'm just.
But I get
but that's
to
what
physics.
you do as when you blocking schemes in the NFL are made to protect the quarterback from the inside out.
Yeah, that's facts.
More double teams go to inside guys.
And then, like, a little bit I was watching him, too. Like, there's plays where he's literally playing defensive end.
Yeah.
And, like, that's some of his highlights is, like, when him playing defensive end. And I see all sick-ass, like, spin move, which it's sweet, you know. But, like, Murphy's getting two guys on the other side. Like, I mean, he could be out cold. And I'll be wrong. I'm just not in love with him. I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just not in love with him.
I just think it's one of those things where it's like Murphy's the sexy pick.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's all it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, 6'5", by the way, is the measurements for Murphy. 6'5", 276 pounds. And then for Brise, we're looking at 6'5", 305 pounds. So 25-pound difference. Same height. But, I mean, that's not like I think with Murphy, too. He plays a 3-tech every once in a while. Say we're talking about Brise coming out and playing the edge, which actually is a good thing, you know, because look at those NASCAR packages you saw out of Detroit. I just feel like, again, we're talking the number 6. It's just a reach in terms of. I just feel like the corner prospects are better. I'm not, and we're ranking defensive tackles anyway.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite number 6 actually, Lucas? Because you're not here every day like we are. Yeah.
Like.
In terms of draft.
Like what I think we should do at 6.
Yeah.
It's so hard just because how the quarterback situation is. If I honestly really want us to trade back, low-key. And if we could trade back and we could get potentially more draft revenue in next year's draft, so if, let's say, Goff does not turn out how we want him to do, now we have the ability to trade up in next year's draft to get a quarterback. Because sitting at 6, I feel like Jalen Carter's not going to be there.
Yeah.
Obviously, Will Anderson's not going to be there. I hope to God we don't waste it on C.J. Stroud. So we're going to be floating in that, okay, do we take a corner?
Aren't you an Ohio State guy?
Yeah, I'm an
That's
Ohio State
interesting.
guy, and I cannot stand C.J. Stroud because it's just one of those things where he just does not have that dog in him. I think Justin Fields had that dog in him. I don't think C.J. Stroud has that dog in him. He looks like a deer in headlights in crucial situations.
He does.
But anyways, back to I just think if we trade back, and I really like trying to think. If I had to pick a number 1 corner, I really like Emmanuel Forbes out of Mississippi State. And I know it's like, why would we go there? But if we trade back and we take 2 DBs, I would really like that. And Emmanuel Forbes, without a doubt, is my favorite DB in this draft.
Number 1.
I would be willing to take that. I would like Brise, but if we go to my dream situation for long term, I say we trade back, get even more draft capital for next year, and we just take the immediate need, which in my opinion is cornerback. And I think he's the best man-to-man corner in this draft. If you go watch his film, he had the most pick sixes in the NCAA this season, so trust me. You might not know his name. Watch his film, and you'll be happy with it.
I gotta say, I think too. I think ever, by the way, in FBS history, I could be wrong in that one, but from some of the stuff that I was looking up, I did check out him. I'm not as in love with him as you.
I'm telling you.
I saw a lot of the who's my man Kelly Ringo situations where it's or Monty Warrior was a lot more opportunistic. You see some of those pick sixes or just interceptions in general. You've seen it, right? The highlights.
When the
pressure on the quarterbacks in those situations.
He had a pick 6 against Kentucky this year, and it told me everything I needed to know about him.
Yeah.
It's just because he plays with confidence.
He's got great closing speed.
He can be our kick returner too, type of thing. I think he can be. He's cocky. He would bring that energy to our team too.
I'm sorry.
No,
that's my bad. You were still talking. I would say Darius Slay, Mississippi State. cornerback who was also doing kick returns.
That's for
Worked
sure.
out for Lions then. But that's also Darius Slay. I see him as a pick 2 guy, round 2. What do you say?
Nothing. I just tell people about the butchery because the official meat supplier of the Woodward Sports Network is the butchery. You can call them at 248-682-2697. Yes, 248-682-COWS. Or move on over and order online at thebutcherysl.com. Shipping included for Woodward Sports customers. The butchery, meats, eats, and treats. Sandwiches to die for. Wagyu meats and artisan breads inspired by the legend Chef Dave. Only the best of the best for our meat-loving customers. An old-school butcher shop from a new-school perspective.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
As chilly weather approaches, Big Boy's got the perfect comfort meals for you. Try our hearty classic meatloaf or our creamy Cajun chicken Alfredo. These will be sure to leave you craving for more. How about breakfast? Our stuffed potato pancakes are back with our lumberjack, blockbuster, and Santa Fe Garden. These potato pancakes will definitely fill you up. Whether it's for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, come stock up on the perfect comfort meal today. We'll see you soon at Big Boy.
My name is Lee. I've lost 35 pounds on the Custom Health Center program. So the 3 biggest benefits that I've gotten from this program has been I'm not snoring anymore, I have a lot of energy, it's great, and oh, by the way, look at this. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Call us at 844-789-THIN or visit CustomHealthCenters.com for a free consultation and get started for as little as $5 a day.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
Foaling Warehouse in Hamtramck is the home of the original football bowling pin game called Foaling. Multiple different ways you can play. They've got $12 open unlimited play and private lane reservation for $120. If you get thirsty, they got a $2 mystery beer vending machine and multiple fully loaded bars for you to choose from. So make sure you go check them out in Hamtramck or visit them online at foalingwarehouse.com.
Check it out.
What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights Live, WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spin More Rex.
What up, though?
We got JB Smooth in the TD booth. Young Chris in the 1s and 2s, Lucas, a.k.a. 11, a.k.a. Toledo's finest meth dealer, and all the above joining the show.
Dude, he's been getting me. I King Horse. I'll give you your flowers. I'll give you your flowers. He's been getting me.
If we gotta get Raj in the chat to gift, I feel like I King deserves one of those.
You can't choose who you gift it to.
Oh, it just goes random.
Yeah.
Oh, that's better. That makes more. That's more fair.
Yeah.
Spinny, I killed a whole topic talking about freaking, if Goff was in for Dak or no, actually, it was going against Goff's numbers against good defenses.
Going on a rant there.
Well, no, I was just trying to break it down. I like having this. I said in the chat too. I think Russ Dane was like, "Oh, Easy disagrees. How shocking." I don't have any issue with disagreeing ever. I think even in a situation where I'm wrong, you come out smarter.
Yeah, you're just learning.
Yeah, you're learning because you're gonna bring up points that I may have not have known, and then I'll change my opinion. Oh shit! All right.
Yeah, likewise too.
But there's no issue with disagreeing. But Spinny, I want to give you the floor because I selfishly did that, and because in doing so, we skipped over a couple topics. So I want to know where you want to land from there for this next one, Spinny.
It doesn't matter to me. We can do whatever we want.
Well, tell us. Balls in your hands.
All right, we can do the Lions defense one.
Okay. You believe in the turnaround of the Detroit Lions defense?
Yeah.
All right. Well, do you?
I think I do. Yeah. I do. You see what they did, and they were making things happen in important facets of the defense. It wasn't like, oh, they were a little bit better here, a little bit better here. They got drastically better, and they got drastically better at things that really impact winning or losing football games. Like they significantly improved at taking the ball away from people and stopping teams from scoring touchdowns in the red zone. In the second half of the season, they were the number 1 team in forcing turnovers at almost 2 a game, and they were 16th in red zone touchdown percentage at 55%. So it's impressive when you can not only stop teams from scoring when they get close, but taking the ball away from teams is how you win football games in the NFL. And in the second half of the season, they held opposing quarterbacks to 57% completion percentage, which is first in the NFL, 7 interceptions, which is first in the NFL, and 74.9 passer rating, which is second in the NFL. So it's impressive to see what they were doing against other teams. It's impressive to see what they're doing against other quarterbacks in the NFL. And it's not like it was a bunch of bums out there. Like, they were playing against good offenses. So it really made me happy to see what they were doing, to see them getting pressure from different positions. It's not just Aiden Hutchinson they were relying on. They're obviously getting it from James Houston, John Kaminsky, other guys like that. So I was really happy what I saw, and I think that is sustainable in the changes of the defense because it happened from a lot of the young guys on the team. It happened from a lot of the rookies on the team. And those guys that are only going to get better, they're only going to get more comfortable in Aaron Glenn's scheme and Aaron Glenn's defense as they get more reps. And I think it's something they can branch forward to when they're looking at teams next year.
Give us those quarterback numbers one more time. That was insane.
Yeah, in the second half of the season, they held opposing quarterbacks to 57% completion percentage, which was first in the NFL. They had a 7 touchdown, 7 interception ratio. There's 7 interceptions, first in the NFL, and 74.9 passer rating, which is second in the NFL.
That's insane.
Very impressive stuff from the Lions defense, especially from a lot of the rookies.
I'm tripping right now. That's crazy. Yeah, what point would you guys? Because now it's like a 17-game schedule.
Yeah.
What point is like the second half of the season? Like, would you go like 8 games still? Right.
Yeah.
That's why I was thinking that too.
Mm-hmm. I think these stats are from the last 7 games of the year. But
yeah. I mean, still though.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty effing impressive. What about you, Lucas?
I mean, I think just the end of season success speaks for itself because it's not like they made a huge trade and got some huge talent. No, they just developed and got better. And all those stats that Spence just said speak for itself. So I don't really think there's much to harp here. I just think it's a simple yes, especially because the coaching staff.
Yeah, and that's one. I don't think he's going to go anywhere. But Aaron Glenn, maybe you hear those numbers and you start to like wonder that a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of people. Shout out to Paul Thomas, is always in the chat, but was a big AG hater. But like that stuff goes unnoticed. Because you just leave the bad stuff like stuck in your craw without, again, considering the context. Much like I didn't consider the context of the Cowboys game for Jared Goff. He was missing a lot of the pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Still made shit throws. I got intercepted. But no, damn, I'm tripping over the QB numbers you gave me because where I felt they improved the most was the run defense. Like outside the Carolina game, that run defense was stout. It was nice. And honestly, that's probably what correlated to those quarterbacks having those bad games because that's what it was in 2014. We had Sue and Nick Fairley constantly stopping the run. Then quarterbacks were kind of just forced to throw the ball. Then you had Glover Quinn back there picking them off. Darius Slay back there picking them off. And it's kind of the same recipe, actually, now that I'm thinking about it out loud like this.
You're connecting all the dots.
Yeah. And guess what? Aiden's going to have a year 2 leap. I'm assuming. I could be 100% wrong. But you assume these things, right? Like a year 2 leap out of Aiden. For sure. I'm not questioning this one. A year 2 leap out of Kirby Joseph. I say this all the time. Who only played the safety position 1 year before this one.
Yeah.
Like, there's going to be a year 2 leap for Kirby Joseph, who I believe led the team in interceptions this year, or early turnovers. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, it's impressive. And, like, not only getting better from the younger guys, they're getting more production out of the younger guys. They're getting a guy in Tracy Walker back, who we all thought of as the best player on that defense going into this year. And they're only going to add a couple more pieces, whether it be in the draft or somebody they signed. So the defense is just going to keep getting better.
Damn. That's got me hyped. It almost makes me like want to consider offense a little bit more if it comes about within the draft.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
And the guys I was looking at from that defensive tackle position made me want to go offense early.
Oh yeah, because you did make that point earlier.
Yeah, because I really like that I'm butchering
Sakai
Ika, however you say his name. I really like him a lot. I think you can get him definitely in the second round. So
yeah.
I wouldn't be mind trading back. Maybe pick up Bijan, get Christian Gonzalez, and then get Sakai, and then another cornerback or linebacker.
Again, I mean, running back, it's not a need, right? But it'd be a very nice luxury to have within this offense, especially.
Indeed.
In my opinion, indubitably. Damn, though, I'm pretty hyped. Because Malcolm be here, too. Who else? Houston.
Maybe sign a guy like Trey Evans. Sure up that linebacking
that's a possibility too.
I don't think.
What?
I think he's gonna get tagged. I don't know how Buffalo.
Oh, he's definitely getting tagged.
Dude. They're like.
They can't.
I think they're over the cap. They can't afford to do anything.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like they would be. Yeah. Because this year,
Josh Allen gets a $50 million raise next year.
That's what I was gonna tell you. Yeah. Because this year he's technically playing on that 5th-year option. The new contract starts next year. We found that out when we were doing the 12% thing, which.
Would you guys rather have him or Bush? Because I feel like Bush is going to be a hell of a lot cheaper. And
I take Evans. I think he's a better version of Anzalone.
Like actually, hair and all.
Hair and all. Like
no, I mean Edmonds is a beast.
And he put up great numbers this year next to a guy like Matt Milano, who's a fantastic linebacker. So if you give him the reins to the show, I think he'd be a dog.
Yeah.
And you could get him at a steal at this point. Like,
he's
not
long,
a steal,
too.
but you could sign him like a $12, $13 million a year deal, and when he honestly think he's worth like 20.
The only thing that cringes me out about the Bush stuff, and I like him as a player.
I don't really like.
Well, actually, he's like POS because of Michigan State stuff.
Yeah.
But like as a football player for the team, then you're completely biased. He's coming off. He's in the 3-4. It's just a different like scheme. So I don't know like how he translate to like what we got going on in Detroit in the 4-2.
Trey Edmonds is damn good at coverage too. So
he's a huge
something that the Lions haven't had in a long time. Is a good
Trey
coverage
Edmonds
linebacker.
I thought he was a safety because he's got that length.
Yeah.
Pause.
It's just one of those things where, because I love Edmonds as a linebacker, I really have, because even at Virginia Tech he was a dog. But it's just, is that going to be worth consistently paying him rather than when we could draft a linebacker that can potentially do the same thing 2 or 3 years down the line and we can pay Devin Bush, who I think in Detroit would be able to flourish. I think he could be what he was his rookie year where he was a proven top, what was he, did he go 10?
I think so, yeah.
Hey, top 15 for sure.
But I mean, the Steelers, if they take a linebacker, they're not just taking him for no reason, especially there. Like, he's a talented linebacker that if we get him for cheap could be a huge payout. So I would rather go that way, but I'm definitely not against Edmonds. But
You don't think there's like any issues translating the performance to like a different scheme?
no, because I think, what can Alex Anzalone do that Devin Bush can't? Or like even Malcolm Rodriguez. I love Malcolm. I would rather see Devin Bush and Malcolm Rodriguez than Devin Bush and Alex Anzalone.
I'd rather see Malcolm Rodriguez and Trey Edmonds than Malcolm Rodriguez and Devin
I would
Bush.
too, but
I
it's
think
just,
they're more complimentary.
Well,
to each other.
for sure. Trey Edmonds
But
night
if
and
we
day
can
better.
get that and we just help the other assets of our defense more, I don't really know. It's a win-win. I'm just saying I'd rather get a lockdown secondary when we need it right away and let a star be born, if that
I
makes
think
sense.
you can get both. I see these
I have to
secondary players and corner stepping in and being dogs faster in the league than I do linebackers, really.
Yeah. I mean,
If
you
you can
definitely
get-
could be onto something.
I'd rather when you look at the linebacker market compared to the cornerback market, I think it'd make more sense to pay one of the linebackers than the cornerbacks because I think the linebackers are younger and better, and you can get them on cheaper deals with cornerbacks that are a little older.
Yeah.
Going to require more money because of their prestige. Like a guy like Trey Edmonds, I just think you can get for really cheap right now compared to what he
will be.
Yeah, what he is, what he will be.
Shoot, I don't think he's going cheap at all.
I mean, relatively.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to
Just
be
compared to what he would be.
I feel like you almost get Devin on a bigger discount, but like you said, Edmonds is night and day better. It's
I
not
think
even a
he's-
debate.
yeah. Mhm.
But I guess I'd have to like do some nerdy shit and like actually watch film on Devin because like it's the 3-4 is such like attacking, like aggressive like defense for like linebackers, especially versus like what we got going on with the 4-2. I feel like they're almost like I don't know coverage guys.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. I think it's more.
I guess we're pretty aggressive
hitting
too.
hole, and I think Trey Evans sideline to sideline speed is a lot better than Devin Bush.
He is a beat.
Yeah, I'm not
He's just an
debating.
athletic
Trey
freak.
Evans is all night and day better.
Yeah.
It's not even close. It's just like how much
I think you
want
can
to pay.
draft a guy that could kind of be what Devin Bush would be, but like
I
Trey
can feel
Evans has been solidified as like that guy can be a baller.
Tell us about SMA so we come back and talk about Dylan Larkin.
I will, because the sports marketing agency helps spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their new podcast, This is the S Word, helps fight the stigma about seeking help. So if you or someone you know is struggling, make sure you head to thesportsma.com to get the help you deserve.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991? Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
Love Woodward Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Goff, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Downtown Detroit's all decked out with the return of the Cadillac Lodge in Monroe Street Midway. The Midway is a giant slide, winter bumper cars, and indoor arcade. Plus, you grab drinks before or after games at the lounge. Shop, eat, and play downtown all winter long with deckedoutdetroit.com.
Uptime.
Before and after games includes Red Wings games. What up, though? I'm your boy Eazy. Joe Harmon, Man, Spin More Racks.
Hello.
JB Smooth, Young Chris, we're out of time. Lucas. Some drama going on in the D.
Yeah.
I think he comes back for the hometown discount. But what's going on with Dylan Larkin?
They've been talking contract negotiations, and it seems they're a little far apart from what they want to talk about, what kind of money they're trying to make. It looks like it's going to be an 8-year deal is what they're in the ballpark of doing, and Larkin wants closer to $9 million a year, and the Red Wings are trying to stay on the other side of $8 million a year. But it's probably I think that's what it is. Obviously, teams are saying hometown discount, but when you look at what Zetterberg got paid, it is very similar with inflation to what Dylan's asking for. I think they'll end up eventually settling a deal that's around 8.5 a year. We'll see what goes on there, but I don't know. Stevie has been pretty known to not move on from different things like that, not to overpay for different guys. But this guy Larkin, I mean, he's important. He's one of the best. He's the best offensive player on your team right now. He's your captain. He's a guy that's solidified. He's your only All-Star this year. So I expect them to get a deal done very soon. I honestly thought it'd be done by the time we finish the show today, but I haven't seen anything on it yet. But they're talking, they're negotiating. Larkin wants closer to $9 million, and the Red Wings are saying closer to $8 million. So we'll see what they end up doing. But I'm sure they meet in the middle and get a deal that works best for everybody.
How replaceable is Larkin?
I mean, it depends. His production is something you could replace, but it's more than that. It's his leadership. It's what he brings to the team. It's what he means to the team. He's the captain for a reason. He won that for a reason. And I was talking to Mike in the back about it, and Mike was talking about how, yeah, Larkin, on a championship team, he's going to be your 2C, but you look at how he's never really had that studded front line that a lot of these guys would play with. He hasn't had a lot of stud wingers on his line with him to play against, some of the, obviously they're looking at some of the best defensive pairings when they're on the ice because they're the top line. So if you get more help from him, will his production go up? Yes, but still I believe they're looking for a 1C, and they don't want to pay Larkin 1C money because that's not truly what he is. It's not what he's going to be when you're going to be a real contender. You need a guy that'll come in there and be a 50-goal scorer, and that's just not what Larkin is.
If he had that front line in front of him, could he be like a one? You think he put up 1C? He would look like a 1C in that situation.
You look at it in the history of the Detroit Red Wings. That's kind of how it's been. You look at what Yzerplan was. Obviously, Yzerplan was one of the best hockey players on the planet for a couple of years. He was a top 3 player in the NHL for multiple years. But when he took a step back after scoring, 150 points in a season, that's when the Red Wings really started to take off because they realized he didn't need that. He didn't need to be that guy that goes out there and scores 50 goals a year. He needs to be the guy that plays both ways and inspires other guys around him, and that's what Larkin's kind of finding out. It's similar to what you're looking at with Zetterberg, where Zetterberg was the captain, Zetterberg was the leader, but he wasn't the best player on the team. Pavel Datsyuk was the best player on the team. Pavel Datsyuk was the most talented player on the team. So you need to find a guy like that for Larkin, and obviously they have a lot of cap space coming up, so they don't want to dip into it too far, but I do think they're going to get a deal done. I would expect it to be around 8.5, 8.25, somewhere around that a year, 8 years. Larkin will be in the D for a while.
And how the NFL's teams just go up every single year, new TV deals. NHL's back on ESPN. I'm assuming that their cap is going to grow, not alongside the NFL, but it's going to get bigger, right? That $8 million is going to fall in line with the same type of conversation Goff Gobblers have with me, that the $30 million is going to fall back further and further in terms of value. Is that how you see that $9 million deal if you were to give it to a Larkin? Or
no,
how do you feel about the $8 million? Is that just a lot in general? I don't understand the
$8.5 million. It's a pretty hefty payday for somebody, but I think he's earned it. He's proved that he can be a 30-goal guy a year consistently. He can be a point-a-game guy consistently. So I would pay him that, but that is a little bit on the higher side. It takes kind of the people are thinking a hometown discount out of market. Obviously the guy wants to get paid. He wants his money, and I don't blame him. But I see it in the group chat a lot, and Econ said Yzerplan had Fedorov, Taves had Kane, and it's true. It's sometimes your captain isn't the best player on your team, the best goal scorer on your team. He's the guy that does the most for your team, and Larkin could definitely be that. He can be a guy that goes out there and puts up points and plays good defensively, as Steve Yzerplan did when they got Fedorov, when they got that Ferrari, when they got that 50-goal scorer a year. He took a step back because he knew it was best for the team. That's something Larkin's going to have to do. Obviously, it makes it easier when you have a guy. Like, they don't have that guy yet. They don't have a guy that can go out there and score 50 goals like Yzerplan had Fedorov, like Taves had Kane. So hopefully they get him somebody like that. Maybe they break the bank for a Matthews or McDavid, but that's coming down the line. That would be best case scenario. But we'll see. Like I said, I do think they're going to get a deal done, and I do think it'll be the best for both parties.
I'm thinking Larkin's going to be the one to break in this situation because, like, it's the Red Wings. It's your hometown.
Yzerplan's not going to break, but it's going to be around 8.5. Because they're going to meet in the middle.
Easy for me to say, right? It's not my contract negotiation, but if you're only off that much, you're in your hometown. You got Stevie Y's in charge of things. I mean, they're looking to be on an upward trajectory. Yeah. You got to assume you're getting more deals in your hometown too, just because you're the hometown. Everyone loves you. Like, I don't know. Am I tripping?
No. I think, like I said, I think they're going to settle right in the middle, and they're going to get a contract on that helps both teams, or both parties.
Especially if you want to win too.
Yeah.
But I get it. He's been here a while now.
Bert's out of here for sure, though.
You think he's getting traded?
Yeah, 100%.
Why?
Because you're not paying him $7 million after you give Larkin $9 million.
Oh, he's a free agent this year?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Bert's gone.
And he's too injury prone.
Yeah.
Hopefully they can get something, maybe a second, maybe a third out of him.
Think?
Maybe.
Second's kind of asking a lot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you can definitely get a third, but maybe a second. Hopefully a second. But that'll do it for us today. We appreciate you all tapping in and watching the Woodward Sports Network live on woodwardsports.com. We are the Woodward Heavyweights live from 5 to 7. I'm Spencer Axter. He is the one and only Speak Easy. We got JV Smooth on the ones and twos, Chris Platty in the TD booth, and our guy Lucas in the Maz chair. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.